Do 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 do. Is it working? Okay, microphone is moving. That's a good sign. I have never streamed to YouTube before, so I have to actually check if it's working. Oh, hell yeah. Hold on. There it is. Whew. Excuse me, I just ate a bunch of food and it was a little oilier than intended because I don't know how to cook. Okay, let me get this working. I also just realized that I don't have the right card hoarder deck. So I need to return this and rinse the correct deck. It's kind of important. This is not even a lantern variant, so this doesn't really work. There we go. Okay, trade has been confirmed. That's good. Let me pull up the deck that I care about. Explore, or wait, no, my decks. There it is. Lantern control lists. Moon Lantern. I think this one's updated properly. Yeah. Ooh, excuse me. Let me just copy paste this into the deck editor really quickly, and then we'll be on our way. Like, sometimes it takes like 3 or 4 minutes for card hoarder to give me the cards as well. So I guess you guys can. I don't think there's any revealing information on the account here, so just so that we're filling some space, you can check out the card hoarder account. I'm going to be picky and make sure that I have the right art selected as well. Oh, Cold Snap. Doesn't really matter for things like Mishra's Bauble, but I do like having consistency with my deck versions. It's funny because I don't like the pretty card versions. I like the weird stuff, like Blood Moon. I like the white borders. I hate this alt art stuff, though. I'm very particular about that. There we go. Gotta fix that. So, hey, we got 2 people hopping in already. That's dope. So, welcome. I had to delay by half of an hour. I apologize because I tried to cook chicken for the first time in my life, and I did it very poorly. I can describe that in a moment. Once I get this sorted out here. I don't need to rent basics. We'll fix that in a moment. There we go. Duress is... they got white border ones. There we go. Yeah, I'll explain the deck choices really quickly as well, as once we get into things. If you have questions, though, then put them in the chat. I will go over them to the best of my ability. Oh, I just deleted. Okay, whoops. Almost done. Okay, there we go. So deck list is built. I can whack submit, rent cards, submit rental request. You know, it was funny when I was talking to Arkanoid like a week ago when I was gonna build this deck list. I was like, Rakdos has got to be the cheapest list, right? I don't know why I thought that. Um, I totally lost my train of thought. I literally forgot what I was just talking about. We're off to a great start. We haven't even started the league yet. Wow, yeah, we got several questions already. Awesome. So, let me pull up the deck list here. I don't think I made any changes since the last time that I made this. Where is it? Well, okay, I'll still just import it and we can take a look at it so that we have something on the screen here. Oh 0930. There we go. Ba, 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 ba. Let me get the screen pulled up here. I don't remember what my hotkeys are for these things. Boom. Oh wow, somebody followed and I didn't see it. I don't know if that happened in the stream. Maybe I have the maybe I have the sound notifications turned off. I apologize if that's the case. But thank you. Was it Christian Yara? Jara? I don't know how Americanized this is. This is indeed live. Hello. Oh god, my chat is in the middle of the screen. That's abysmal. We gotta put that down here or something. I am so not prepared for this stream. I apologize in advance, guys. This is pretty bad. Ah, damn, we got stuck with an alt art cast into the fire. I missed that in my haste. Okay, so while the card hoarder thing is figuring itself out, we'll go over the deck list really quickly. So first off, hello. If I assume that you guys know who I am, but just I am MTGO. I have previously done a lot of curated Lantern content, but I have finished moving. Oh, okay. Sound does work. Cool. Why can't I see the... I literally can't read that. That's horrible. I'm sorry. Where is it? Everything is broken today. Where's my recent sub thing? Hold on. Most recent subscriber. Oh, it wasn't a sub. It was a follow. Okay. It has to update, right? Okay, this is a travesty. Thank you, whoever just subbed. I apologize. Oh, there we go. Cards have delivered. So, yeah, apparently I can't multi-stream off of Streamlabs unless I pay them. I'm not going to do that. So I don't stream enough to justify that. I'm sure like OBS does it for free, but I just have everything set up in Streamlabs from eras past when I only did Twitch. When back like before I even did like Magic content when I was trying to do like Counter-Strike stuff. So this was kind of like a spur of the moment type thing where I just said, yeah, you know what? Let's just do a league, right? It seemed fun. Okay, let me go through the deck list first. I'll update with versions of the card. There we go. Update. So, Lantern Control, I think we all here know what Lantern Control is, so I'm going to skip the basic part of explaining what that means. Today we're going to be playing Rakdos and the quote-unquote Nightlight variant, which is going to be Blood Moon, which we have 2 copies of in the main board here, and then we have 1 copy of Magus in the sideboard for matchups where it's particularly important. The reason I'm doing this is because Arkanoid is going to be going to a major open event in DC, and I wanted to... Well, he asked for advice, and I haven't actually played this deck list very much, or this variant. And I've wanted to build a list so that I could get a feel for it, so I can, you know, have something tangible to say, or something nice. But basically, we were losing out on things like Assassin's Trophy and Ancient Stirrings, and we don't have things like Whir of Invention. We are just relying on Blood Moon as our extra stacks piece We have Molten Collapse as well. I'm only running one copy in the main board because I think it's nice to have your Dreadbore, but the second mode doesn't feel especially important in the meta right now. It does catch some stuff, but most of the time I'm using the first mode on Molten Collapse. It's great for killing Planeswalkers in particular. One of the other things that I like in the Nightlight variant is that we're trying to turbo to 3 mana as fast as possible, which means that I'm going to be running 2 copies of Gemstone Caverns, which is a fun card. In testing, the last or couple leagues that I did last week when I had garbage internet at my Airbnb, they felt really good actually. I didn't win too many of those matches, but I don't think that was the fault of Gemstone Caverns. Okay, let me read through the stream here. So, Extirpate versus Surgical. Is split second significant enough to lose the Phyrexian mana cost? From John Carpoke? Yes. So, Extirpate is really good because you can respond to, or you don't have to rely on your opponents not responding to stuff. So, a good example is I think people were originally using Extirpate over Surgical most recently for the Jeskai control matchup. They have a very low threat density, so if you're able to Extirpate Flage, then they can't counter that, and then most of the threats in their deck are just gone. And it takes them quite a while to get back online, and it gives you some time to stabilize. You can also get rid of Wrath of the Skies in the graveyard, and they can't counter it. So against a lot of counterspell heavy decks like Frogtide and against Jeskai control, it feels really good. I will say that I prefer Surgical against non-blue decks most of the time. One more good thing about Extirpate is when you're trying to get rid of World Breakers, your opponent can't try and get them back into their hand in response. But against things like Ruby Storm, against Amulet Titan, I would much rather have Surgical because you can Thoughtseize Surgical on turn 1. But, split second is relevant. People don't play around split second even at higher levels because it's really hard to play around. And once this thing hits the stack, then your opponents have to let everything resolve. So, Galvanic Blast is going to be interesting. I wanted to test this as an alternative to what's it called? I'm blanking hard. Sorry. Alternatives to like Fatal Push, or for Unholy Heat. Delirium is going to be hard to hit in this deck, but I also want to be able to hit Planeswalkers. And I think the Metalcraft is going to be relatively easy to achieve. It's also red. This is something that we don't get a lot of testing these days for, so I want to give it a shot. Oh, I'm getting cooking instructions. 450 Fahrenheit top rack, 1-inch cubes, 10 minutes. Okay, I will keep that in mind in the future. When we're loading into the league, I will explain my travesty of cooking. This is currently only on YouTube, Alejandro. Molten Collapse is wider Abrupt Decay without the counter protection. I think Molten Collapse is just or Chessman Breeds. Molten Collapse is technically it's our replacement Assassin's Trophy, but in practice it hits a lot of different stuff. Assassin's Trophy is nice because it hits artifacts and enchantments as well. Molten Collapse doesn't really cover those bases. It also hits lands, which Molten Collapse cannot hit under any circumstance, unless I guess they're a creature or a planeswalker somehow. But those are problems. I think Molten Collapse is just really good because it can kill a Murktide, or it can kill a Stax piece, or like a Hate Bear. And it can also sometimes pick off things like Static Prison or Amulet of Vigor. It's the best that we have in a catch-all spell, but I'm never very impressed by Molten Collapse. There are matchups where it does matter. Mads Ham... Oh my god, Control Freak's in here. Hi, dude. What's up? You're gonna be here to watch Lantern? That's wild. Alright. I can't guarantee much success is gonna happen, but... we can do it. Mads Hamder, hey Intuo, fun to catch you live. Love the vids, fun to watch and learn from you. I appreciate it. I've been surprised. I guess maybe I'm a little hard on myself, but I've been very surprised with the amount of support that I've gotten with the videos that I've made, and I appreciate it a lot, guys. I don't, I'm not very good at taking positive feedback, I guess. I don't know, I'm not really wired for it, but I do appreciate it. Um, Inventors Fair, or wait, hold on. It's search. Oh, okay. Maple's helping me explain extirpate. That's nice. Inventors Fair. What happened to it? It's slow. Let me think about this hand here. We have one Millrock. We have Profane Tutor for turn 2. We're on the draw, so we'll probably hit a third land to hit one of these spells pretty well. Oh, they did reveal Gigantha. That changes things. Blood Moon is dead against anything that's running Gigantha. Except for maybe like Jund Saga, but like not many people are running that these days. I think I keep this, but like if we play against a very fast Boros energy hand, I'm gonna be pretty sad. Yeah, Inventor's Fair is really slow. The life gain doesn't really matter. You don't normally have the mana required to crack it properly. And there are better alternatives now, like Fomori Volt. Fomori Volt requires you to discard a card, but you can do it every turn. You can look for anything. It doesn't have to be an artifact. I would much rather have something like Fomori Volt. Okay. I think my opponent's on Storm because they just mulled to 5. And they just went Wooded Foothills Pass. So I don't think we're worrying about Ensnaring Bridge so much this game. I did hit the Bauble and Millrock, so I'm going to run these two out. I'm going to target myself on end step with this Mishra's Bauble, and then I can Pixis that card away if need be. I can also do this on my opponent's upkeep if they keep their card on top. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're up against Domain. Never mind. Both of these cards are very important. Anything specifically to deal with Psychic Frog? Has Needle generally been enough to handle it? I think so. I think Needle's been solid with Psychic Frog. And honestly, like, if they start pumping cards into Psychic Frog, then it does worse against Ensnaring Bridge. Okay, opponent goes Scion of Draco on turn 2. Arachnoid is here. The man himself. I needed to test for you. Okay, we don't need a second Blood Moon. I already have one of these. Yeah, Arachnoid, I have a few things that I can try and tell you about my experience with this deck so far. I've only played like 2 leagues with it, but it's been fun. I wasn't expecting to have as much fun with this deck as I have. Okay, I think I got through all the questions, thank God. Okay. I am like all over the place right now. So what am I doing? I think I'm just leaning on slamming a bridge, although I could probably try and slam Blood Moon on turn 3. If I slam Blood Moon on turn 3 and they counter it, then I can get through that counter spell and hit bridge. I think I like that best. My opponent's only got a Scion of Draco. I'm still at 20 life. So here's what I'm doing this turn. I'm going to go Fomori Volt. I'm going to hold on to this Urza Saga for a little while. We'll suspend this Profane Tutor, pass the turn. Yeah, Maple, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a weird domain aggro list. I don't think this is going to be like a Rhino's flavor. So I don't expect them to have Force of Negation. I'm expecting like Stubborn Denials and Leyline Bindings. If I had to guess. I mean, like... I could be wrong. There's a few different flavors of domain going around right now. I don't think there's a real consensus on what makes sense. Okay, the tutor ticks down. Well, Mishra's Ball was going down no matter what. My opponent didn't cast anything. They also didn't play a third land, so I think they're just kind of riding the Scion Draco, and they're just going to hold up things like Leyline Binding. Okay, so I'm gonna go fetch a basic mountain to preserve life total. Try and slam Blood Moon. I don't expect this to resolve, or if it does, then I expect them to tap for white or something. There's the stub. Perfect. Everything's going according to plan. Merchant is asking about the clash between Blood Moon and Urza Saga. Yes, that is a terrible non-bow. However, there's only 2 Blood Moons in this deck, and if Blood Moon is going to be furthering your game plan, then you sacrificing your Urza Sagas is probably worth it. So, at least that on paper, that's the idea. I haven't tested this variant that much, so I can't really speak to how bad that clash really is, but just something to note. Okay, opponent goes Kavu on turn 2. So that means that they have a 2-turn clock presented. If they have Burn, it gets worse. I'm going to do Bobble on end step. That's a Lantern. That's perfect. We like Lantern. I want to draw that Lantern. So Profane Tutor is going to go on the stack first so that the Bobble resolves. I could also just tutor for the second Blood Moon, slam Blood Moon. That shrinks the Kavu to a 1/1, and then that clears the way for my bridge to resolve later. I think I like that line, actually. Oh, wait, no. Did I... Oh, I pixised away my other Blood Moon. I don't have that line. Just kidding. That's gone. What am I doing in that case? I could grab a Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize them, make sure they don't have a binding, and then bridge. Yeah, I'll grab a Thoughtseize. Why not? Let's take a peek. There's the binding. Go Urza Saga, bridge. And we'll pass the turn. So if they top deck a Leyline Binding, or if they top deck another Tribal Flames, then we're in danger. Otherwise, I think we're Gucci. Okay, there's one Tribal. I think we're chilling now. I think we're good. So Lantern's going to come down. 1 bolt isn't going to be an issue. I have a Codex Shredder on top. I think I'm going to Candy Trail, pop it to gain 3 life, draw this Codex Shredder. Then I think we're home free. Domain Zoo is a relatively favored matchup, I think, for Lantern. So I think this is going to be Lantern on easy mode, really, because they only have a few things that interact with us. Yeah, I don't care about Brutality. They only have a few things to interact with us. Bridge stalls these creatures very easily, and they don't have many other ways to stop the bridge. It is one of those matchups where if I just draw like 2 or 3 bridges and they don't kill me right away, then I should be fine. Okay, I'm at 7. I do think that I mill the burn, because if they drew a Tribal Flames, then I'm in danger. But I'll do that on upkeep. Let's see if they shuffle it away on their own. They do not. Okay. This Urza Saga is going to tutor in Underworld Cookbook, and we should be good. Yeah, they can have a ley line. That's fine. Okay. Tried Ren 6 Ghost Quarter loop in this deck. Ren 6 with Ghost Quarter sounds slow, which is a big concern in the current format, I would say. If you're able to make Ren 6 work, then by all means. If you can find a list, then Ren 6 is a very powerful card in general. Okay, we don't really care about creating creatures, so I'm just going to click through all this pretty quickly. Cookbook is on the table. I'll pitch, I don't know, one of these. I'll just take a peek at their hand. We can start doing the Fomori's Volt stuff. Oh, right, yeah, that's Leyline. I knew what that was. Whoops. Okay, we're good. Now we just milled them out. I do not dislike the blue version. I love the blue version. Whir of Invention is an amazing card. I'm mostly I kind of flip between the variants. Sometimes I get bored with them. Sometimes I feel like I hit a losing streak and I just want something fresh. Okay. Opponent's running Bowmasters. That's good for us. That's a card that does not matter very much in this matchup. They're still spending time casting spells. That makes me happy. And this is the part that I normally cut out of videos, so... welcome to a Lantern stream, everybody. We're going to slowly mill them out over time. I guess this is an opportunity for me to show you how I speed through these as quickly as possible, though. Okay. Saga's going to resolve. I'll grab another Codex Shredder. I have 1, 2, 3. I'll just spin the Fomori Volt. We'll go look for another Mill Rock. No Mill Rocks. I'll find a second bridge. So I'm going to press 6 through my own turn. Pass immediately through. On upkeep, I have a stop set, so I can check the top card of their library. That's just a fetch land. I don't care about that. I can immediately hit 0, which yields till their end step. And then I can do all of my milling on end step. Then I should be good. I did forget the part where they get to swing with Orcish Bowmasters because I kept the card in hand. But we have lots of life, so it doesn't really matter. I could, at any time, discard a card to the cookbook as well, and we keep our hand empty. I'm also tapping my Shredders first, so that when I find these Flages, I can Pixis them away. But that should be the only thing that I really need to Pixis away, realistically. Even if they get, like, 1 or 2 Flages, if I cookbook every turn, that should not matter too much. Okay, oh, whoops. Clicking is hard. There we go. Okay, they also run... They run the Shoba Brawler, which is interesting. That's normally the card that gets cut for things like Bowmasters, I thought. So I'm not sure what they cut in their deck here. Between the Mets winning and YouTube recommending me this channel, today's a good day. Fantastic. I think my dad was a Mets fan. He grew up in this New York City area. I haven't kept up with baseball recently. Oh, hello Madden226. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for following. Okay. One of the leyline bindings is gone. That's sick. And as soon as we draw this Thought Seize, I don't care about it. We'll make food. We'll eat food. Press 6, pass the turn. Hello, Stiff Chan. Thank you for joining. I appreciate the love. I haven't seen Wild Nicodle in their deck list, JF. I think that's kind of fallen by the wayside in recent years. I think I can be picky on upkeep and make them mill the Tribal Flames just to keep my life total a little bit higher. Could try and get rid of this Flage, too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, did I get greedy? Oh, I might have gotten greedy, guys. I might have fucked up. Okay, they can have Tribal Flames now. That's fine. They got a little dicey for a sec. Okay, I'm at 4. That's fine. I think I do hold on to this Mycosynth Gardens. Their draw is dead this turn, and Mycosynth Gardens turns into an extra mill rock, which speeds up the clock. So I'm a little curious why Wild Nicole's been phased out. Like Ragavan, I don't think Ragavan is well matched up in the format right now. I guess it's good against blue decks and against Tron, but like the energy decks eat it alive, right? Like Ocelot Pride will stonewall it for eternity. I don't play a lot of creature decks, so I am not uh, an authority on this subject at all. But oh, whoops, that's the lantern. I don't want to crack that one. Boop boop. Crack the food. Pixis. They have 24 cards in library, so we got like another 4 or 5 turns before things are wrapped up with here. How many rocks do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4 rocks? Okay. I've been loving Gemstone Caverns Arkanoid. It feels kind of like mulliganing an extra time and you get a Mox Opal. It's really cool. I've had some explosive turns where I go turn 0 Gemstone and then turn 1 Urza Saga, and then you can even suspend Profane Tutor on turn 1. Like having all that a turn cycle faster is pretty awesome. Pixis. Mill again. Crack food. Okay. Cool. Opponent gets the point. We did it. So what's coming in against this deck? They did see Blood Moon. They are going to keep in their burn spells, so Magus of the Moon is going to be less effective. Honestly, I didn't really build this board for my opponent. I think Duress can come in because we care about Leyline Binding, and it also hits Stubborn Denial and the Wear Tears that they probably run. I think Collective Brutality is pretty bad. Those can come out. It doesn't kill most of their creatures, and they don't have a lot of instants and sorceries that I care about, just the burn. So I think that's an easy replacement. The Molten Collapse is not very good because Scion of Draco shuts off removal. The Pithing Needles don't really matter. So I guess I could go minus Needles plus Molten Collapse. I'll keep 1 needle in just in case. I think once in a blue moon, a Johnny pops up in these lists, but I'm not super concerned. Galvanic Blast in? I suppose Blast could possibly work. It does kill things like Nishoba Brawler and the Ragavans. I don't know if I'm really interested. Like, if I had something like Fatal Push, I would probably board in the Fatal Push. Because that hits most of their creatures. But I think Galvanic Blast whiffs on a lot of their turn 2 stuff, because if they go turn 1 Triumph, turn 2 Shock, then, and they have the, what's it called? The 2-drop Big Boy. The Kavu. I guess it does hit Scion of Draco right away, if they don't have a Leyline start. I'm going to leave them out for now. I think this looks clean enough, and we'll see how it feels. Pyroblast would work well in the sideboard, but Pyroblast is not legal in Modern, unfortunately. Pyroblast would be an awesome addition to Rakdos Lantern, because you'd have a lot of game against control that is pretty unique to you. Okay. Oh, wow, I just saw the view count. This is way higher than I was expecting it to be. Welcome, everybody. Wow. Oh, okay. No pressure, me. We have an Ensnaring Bridge, which is fantastic. The problem is that these 2 discard spells that I'd really like to cast, we don't have mana for. We do have a Shredder Bobble start, and we are on the draw, which is very nice. So that means I get 2 looks right away, plus our natural draw on turn 1 and turn 2. I think we can swing this. It's a little sketchy, though. If you've been considering Vexing Bobble. Vexing Bobble I love. I can just never find a good reason to bring it in the current meta. Oh, opponent got a ley line start. Okay. Candy Trail digs pretty well. Let's see, this digs 1, 2 cards deep. Candy Trail digs 2 cards deep as well. I think I want to go Shredder Bobble on turn 1 here. So go Mountain. Codex Shredder. Wow, they're going to stub it. Wow, okay. Sure. That's a little nutty. Well, welcome, Chibi Rua. Hopefully you learned something. I am trying to play fast, unfortunately, but so I'll explain the best I can as we go through stuff. But welcome nonetheless. I hope you learned things along the way. I should have like a more dedicated Lantern tutorial video someday if I have time. I have so much less time than I used to have. Okay, turn 2, opponent goes Tribal Flames. We saw that one, so that's fine. The fact that they're not doing creatures makes me nervous. That probably means they have like 1 or 2 leyline bindings. I don't love that. Okay, there's our black mana. I will lead on Inquisition. Oh, they have Stone Cold nothing. They have mana. Well then. I kind of like both of these cards, honestly. I think I need the Blackcleave Cliffs because I want to go Magus of the Moon next turn and shut them off of their deck. But I also want the Lantern. I think I'll go Blackcleave Cliffs first. Yeah, Bridge is very good at nullifying a lot of decks. Like, this is a great example of a deck that just can't handle a Bridge once it's resolved. Like, they have Leyline Binding, but that's it. And, like, sideboard Wear Tears. And once we get our Lantern lock going, the odds that they're able to chain those cards together is pretty low. Okay. I'll run out the Blackcleave Cliffs. Magus. And because they have 2 Wooded Foothills, they can only really fetch for a forest. Those are not good colors for them. Okay, they're going to go do some surveilling. That's fine. Welcome, Dougie Doug. Yes, we're playing weird stuff today. We're going to test some Blood Moon variants. And our first match is a lucky pair. I didn't see what they kept their card on top, right? That makes me think that it's some way to interact with this Magus of the Moon. So it's probably like Tribal Flames or a Lightning Bolt. I guess we'll see. Okay, they're holding stuff. Suspicious. Here's our Lantern. Oh, wait. I will run out Bridge this turn. They could kind of gotcha me by doing like Lightning Bolts and then fetching for blue source and stubbing. I don't think that's a line that we really worry about. Fun fact, we can swing with this Magus. Do we swing with the Magus? What's the harm, right? If I die, I did it for the stream. I just like swinging with Magus. It's fun. It reminds me of when I started playing modern with ad nauseum combo, and uh, every once in a while you have an extra Simian Spirit Guide that shows up that you have to hardcast because you have nothing else going on. Okay, opponent found a copy of Where to answer the Ensnaring Bridge. That is problematic. But they also don't have a lot of cards on the table, so I have time. You've killed twos of people. With Magus of the Moon. I don't doubt it. There are some decks out there that you could just lock out and they don't have any creatures, so you could just, like, 10 turns swing at them. And they just don't find their basic land. And that's a super easy lock once you get all the pieces assembled. Like, you just need, like, one lantern. You don't even really need a mill rock. You just make them shuffle when you see a basic. And that probably is good enough. My opponent is having fun dancing around with their lands. I was a little worried on turn 1 Saga because if I missed on lands or if my opponent kills the Magus of the Moon, then I get more value out of the Saga. It might very well have been more correct to do Saga on turn 1 just so that I can pop it for value and then I get things later. I think it's just me playing timidly, for lack of a better term. Yeah, I'm going to crack this Candy Trail. We find mana, but unfortunately we don't have our basic swamp, so that's a bit of a problem. But Lantern of Insight's going to be important here. Is our opponent going to try and stub this? I totally forgot. This mountain still taps for all colors. Huh. That's dangerous. That's really bad. I need to keep that in mind. So my opponent can flash in a Bowmasters here. And gotcha me. Honestly, at this point, I think I'm fine with Magus of the Moon dying, because most of my hand is, like, getting hampered by the Magus. So if they do that, then power to them. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, there's some spice in this list. Kaya Orzhov Usurper. That's concerning. That can't that doesn't I don't like it. They can't cast it anytime soon, thankfully. So I think what I'm doing is, well, I can find a pithing needle for it, never mind. I continue to stare at them. Okay, opponent has Kaya. Pithing needle will go on Kaya. Oh, they can just cast it now. Guys, I'm learning. I keep forgetting cards have abilities. Oh my god. Check out the tabs for colored mana. Well, thankfully, Pithing Needle will be a good target once they resolve the Kaya. My opponent can also Flage. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Okay. So they probably blow up Magus here. Yes, they blow up Magus of the Moon. Okay, alright, we got problems. Now all of a sudden, we need to find Bridge yesterday. Opponent can now tap for all their mana. All the mana in the world. Yeah, I think turn 1 Urza Saga would have actually avoided a lot of the problems that I'm having right now. Whoops. If the opponent minuses on my Lantern, I'm going to make myself shuffle. I think Kaya is something that I don't need to worry about now. Let's see, -5 deals damage equal to the number of cards that player owns in exile, and you gain that much life. I am at 18. Well, okay, hold on. I can start like this. I can copy my Lantern. I can make myself shuffle. We found the same pithing needle. Okay. There's only one in the deck, right? Yeah, there's only one left in the deck. That's crazy. Okay. Um. So how much are they dealing to me next turn? They have 9, 14, 16 damage coming right at my face next turn. So I go to 2. And then Kaya can finish me off later. So I get 1 turn. Assuming they don't have a bolt in hand, and I think that's a risk that I just need to take. I don't want to crack Lantern this turn. Pithing Needle can still name Kaya. Thoughtseize can rot in my hand. I don't need to cast that. Go Urza Saga. Oh, I can actually discard the Thoughtseize to Fomori Volt here. I'll have 2 artifacts on the table, and I can try and make something work that way. Oh, wait, no, I don't have enough mana for that if I want to Profane Tutor as well. I don't have enough time for Profane Tutor, I don't think. So I'm not going to Profane Tutor. Let's go Pithing Needle. Hey, we got Quicksalvo out here. What's up, dude? Or Fate Seal MTG. I'm sorry, I forgot the rebranding. Opponent has a stub. Life's bad. I'm in danger. I know what my top card is, so Fomori Volt is just going to draw an Urza Saga, basically. But that gets me 1 card deeper. Yeah, so I pass the turn here. Somehow we're ahead on time. On MTGO, that's kind of surprising. Okay, there's the dash on Rag. Oh, right, Ragavan digs us a card deeper, too. So we're going to continue to look for bridge here. I did my math right, I hope. 11, 14, 16. If my math is right, we go to 2. Okay, Ragavan steals my Urza Saga. Blood Moon is not going to do it. Okay, they're moving to end step, I assume. I don't know what their last card in hand is. I also have Goldfish memory, so I probably actually know what it is. Okay, so they're going to make me do this now. I'll draw this Blood Moon. We'll get rid of this Thoughtseize. It goes to hand. That's a swamp on top. I can't use the swamp. I need a bridge. Give me bridge. Specifically bridge. We're going to keep squirming until we find that bridge, damn it. Is it a bridge? It is not a bridge. Okay. I don't think there's any shenanigans that I can accomplish here, because even if I magically make 2 blockers, Flage's going to kill me on the crackback, so... Okay, we didn't get there on this one. Unfortunate. I may have over relied on Blood Moon there, not remembering how cards work. Alrighty. What to do? It looks like they took out a lot of their accelerant for answers. Like we saw what? We saw Ragavan. We didn't see any brawlers. We didn't see any uh territorial Kafus. So I'm sure that I'm sure most of those are still in the deck, but they probably cut some of those for extra interaction. I think I've changed my mind on Magus of the Moon. I think it's too fragile. So I'm going to take that out. What comes in, though? One Collective Brutality, I guess? So they do run Stubs. They run Wear Tear. It's not a lot. I'm not super excited about that. Yeah, I think turn 1 Saga was better. I think with normally I don't like to turn 1 Saga, but when you have Blood Moon based hands, you kind of want your Saga to run its course on turn 3, float mana, and then you can still Blood Moon, and then at least you get your value out of the Saga that way. Yeah, I don't really know what to put in here. I'm not really impressed by any of my options. I think I'll run a Brutality. I think that's my call. But... That's true. Brutality does hit the burn spells. Oof, okay. So we do have two mana. Blood Crypt isn't ideal as a land, but it is a land. Double Bobble will get us digging deep. We have a very fast Lantern Lock, but that's not really what this game is about. We do have a lot of ways to dig for a bridge quickly, though, at the same time. And Molten Collapse can at least hit one of their big dudes, provided that they don't get a Leyline Draco start. I think I'll keep it. This is going to be turn 1 Saga. All right, no Leyline start. That's good. All right. Do they counter the Codex Shredder again? No, not this time. Perfect. I will hold on to this Bobble. Or, well, actually, hold on. I can do some shenanigans with double Bobble. I'll explain. Okay, opponent goes turn 1. This is probably Ragavan, if I had to guess. Turn 1 Steam Vents. Yeah, there's Rag. Okay. Okay, we're going to end step. So end step, I will Bobble. I don't think I can really use Inquisition. I think I'm looking specifically for Bridge. And then I'm going to Bobble again. There's a land. We will need a third mana. But we are drawing 3 cards next turn as well. Our Urza Saga is going to sacrifice, so we are going to be pretty mana hungry. I think I'll keep it. I think I'll keep the land. Maybe this is greedy. Okay, we find Thoughtseize. That's nice. I am going to Thoughtseize this turn. They have Consign, Stub. Those are the 2 cards I care about the most. Really glad we got that double Bobble turn out of the way before they could Bowmasters. Get a Shocked Encrypt turn 1. I suppose that's true. I think normally Saga turn 2 is the standard, but I'm going to take Consign here, by the way. Consign is gone. Can I play a land? No, I already played a land. All right. So I'm going to pass the turn here. Next turn, I will grab a Lantern, and we'll just race for bridge and discard. They have one unknown card. Opponent finds a Thoughtseize. I don't really mind them Thoughtseizing my hand at present, honestly. Like, Molten Collapse would be nice to have available, but if they're spending their turn doing Thoughtseize on this hand, that slows them down. I'm kind of happy with that. Yeah, opponent kept a slow hand for sure. They're relying... I mean, I guess there's like two ways that you can play against like an ensnaring bridge deck, right? Like you can either try and go under it and try and race them, which is very risky, and then you just keep something that goes really fast, or you can try and keep an interactive hand and work from there. I see a lot of like energy players go through both of those routes too. I think it depends on the player. Okay, opponent is probably just doing Bone Crusher. Oh, okay. This is their unknown card. Is Kavu. Okay. Their Wooded Foothills is gone. They don't have black for Bowmasters. Scion of Draco isn't castable right now. Okay. We found another Saga. That's not super inspiring. I guess Fomori Volt will... Well, we don't have mana to dig with Fomori Volt. Just kidding. But I can dig really fast. We'll put down another Saga. Yeah, this is looking good as long as I can find bridge. And discard. I need both of those, or two bridges. Two bridges will also satisfy. I think they can have a second Scion. They're kind of struggling with Scion right now anyways. It's not really castable for them. Okay, Kavu's going to try and draw this stub, more than likely. The answer is yes. So I will pick this because I don't want either of these cards on top of our libraries. Oh, I left in Cage. That probably should have come out. It's good for Flage, but like I'm not worried about Flage really. Okay, so we're gonna pick this again. They can draw the Arid Mesa. That does mean that they get to Scion of Draco this turn, but I'm not super worried about that. I'm not going to try and brick them on lands and interaction. That's pretty greedy. Ragavan's going to exile my Mycosynth Gardens. We do find Inquisition. I will need that, so I think I have to keep the Inquisition this turn. This is pretty close. Bone... oh, excuse me. Bone Crusher Giant scares me. Because that's 2 damage. But they can just bonk me for. I'm at 9. These are already pretty beefy creatures right now. Oh, right. Hold on. I think I messed up. Oh, I totally forgot about the Verge lands. I didn't even think about that. Okay, so I just messed up here, folks. They can hold Stubborn Denial. Yeah, they can hold stub, and I guess I could buy 2 turns if I draw a land that doesn't hurt me to play untapped. And try and block these guys, but I don't think that's a winning battle. Yeah, because right now they can swing at me for 11. See, that's gone. Yeah, my hubris is getting the best of me. Upkeep, I need... Yeah, they swing for 11 next turn. I just die unless I can make a blocker of some kind. And if I play bridge, they just counter it with their stubborn denial. Okay. Lantern's gone. I messed up. I got greedy. Okay. Well, that doesn't work. I'll pass the turn. I'll make them kill me, but I think we lost this one, unfortunately. One of the things that I like to preach about hand keeps in matchups like this is that keeping bridge matters a ton. And I kept a 7-card hand without bridge. So I think that this is kind of on me. Oh, these things have trample too. Yikes. Yeah, okay, yeah. They just need to swing out. They got there. Unfortunate. So I say this in my regular videos, but if you see anything that I make mistakes on, call me out. Put them in the comments. Put them in the chat. Put them just you know, engagements is good in general for, well, I guess for algorithmic purposes, but a lot of people learn off of these videos, and if you make corrections, then hopefully that means that, like, I make a lot of mistakes. I don't know if you noticed that when I play, but I make a lot of mistakes. I'm gonna be back in like 30 seconds. I just need to run across the room to the sink and get some water because I've been talking quite a bit. Oh, I still have coffee. Fuck, I didn't need to drink that. Okay, well, getting across the room. Oh, I totally forgot. Hold on. Oh, I have to chat in web browser. Let me grab the deck list link here and post it, because normally I do that in the description of videos, and I totally forgot to do that. There's the deck list. In my haste to get things moving, I forgot to do that. Whew. And we're back. Let's try again. Round 2. Huh. So in hindsight, in that game, I guess I never found a snaring bridge anyways, but if I kept that Inquisition of Kozilek off the Mishra's Bauble, I probably would have done fine as well. Two times Damping Sphere seems a bit much. Just in general? For current meta? Ruby Storm is doing pretty well right now. I guess it depends on what tournament you're going to. Oh, this is a one-lander. It's got everything I need, but it has one land. Or, well, so I guess it doesn't have everything I need, does it? Double Tutor is pretty clunky. So this is a high roller hand. Because I have double lantern, I can turn one lantern, and I'm not afraid to crack it, targeting myself if I need to shuffle for a second land. If I'm on the draw, I'm much more likely to keep something like this. But I think because we're on the play, I don't take the risk, and we go to 6. Poof, poof. Okay. This one's asking a lot. This is Behind the Power of Saga and Bridge. So, Damping Sphere is good for 2 reasons, right? It's good because you can stop Tron from doing Tron things, and Amulet from doing Amulet things. And then you also get to stop Storm. Amulet in particular is the main reason why I run Damping Sphere, and, well, in Storm. Storm and Amulet together. Discard does shred Storm pretty well. But, you know, sometimes they just pop off too. So I like to be careful. I think I keep this on 6. I'm not super impressed with it. I'll bottom the basic mountain. Turn 1 Pithing Needle is completely useless here, though. I guess I could run it out on the 1 ring, but we don't even have a turn 2 play here, so I'll just hold on to this. I suppose that's true. When you're already a Blood Moon deck, you could probably shave Damping Sphere, but I get scared. Opponent went turn 1 Forest Pass. That is very suspicious. I'm guessing it's Eldrazi Ramp or Amulet? It is Amulet. Okay. Oh, they're not doing a whole lot next turn, are they? They're trying to ramp to the 1 ring. I think they don't have Amulet yet. Yeah, rare fair magic. Amulet Titan, the bastion of fair magic. um, I'm not sure if I take the Analyst or the Explorer here. Analyst will become a problem later. If they draw Amulet quickly, though, I think Explorer is going to be a little bit more annoying. I think I'll take the Analyst now, because I want to needle the 1 ring. And we'll go from there. And we'll try Saga Beats and see if it works. Yeah, every time that I think of Amulet, it manifests itself. Okay. Well, I guess I just X'd out that forest, and then they just put it back in their hand. So there's a forest in their hand. Pretend that you know that. Cookbook will help to grow our constructs if we're on the Beats plan. Oh, whoops, I didn't X out of Aftermath Analyst. That's important. Gardens will also copy something like Cookbook, which will help us get bigger stuff too. So I will hold on to the Ensnaring Bridge for now. If they play out an Amulet of Vigor, I might play out the bridge because they might do some nutso Primeval Titan line that I want to avoid. Opponent finds a second Explore. Yeah, sorry, Frozen Antifreeze. No Eldrazi ramp today. I haven't seen Eldrazi ramp in a while. I've seen like in the metagame share that it's like it still kicks around. Apparently, like it's still part of the meta, but I never see it in the leagues. I guess people find it boring in the leagues. It just does well, so they just run it when they're doing like challenges and stuff. I don't know. Okay. I will tutor a Codex Shredder here. And we'll play out Lantern. That's a Lumra. They currently have access to... They can 6 mana next turn. That also means that they can Boseiju next turn. Hold on. Power and toughness equal to the number of lands you control when it enters mill 4 cards. Return all lands to the battlefield tapped. So this could probably be like a 6/6 or a 7/7 pretty quickly. That's kind of their combo line though. Like they're probably just going Primeval Titan next turn, right? Right? I think I'm fine with Lumra. Watch me be wrong. I wasn't really paying attention to their mana. I wasn't thinking about that too hard. I guess I attack with a construct. I don't know. Like, if they Primeval Titan next turn, they're probably like grabbing Boseiju in a bounce land so that they can answer the Pithing Needle or the Lantern Lock or one of these constructs. I think I'll swing in for 5. Okay, they find one bounce land. On top of their library, that is. There's the 6 mana. Do we get prime time? It's probably prime time. I don't see why they wouldn't prime time. I suppose they could go for a weird line like Primeval Titan. They fetch out Handwire Battlements and Crumbling Vestige. They can give their primetime haste and then they can do another line. That's pretty aggressive. They do have the One Ring though, so they could back that up. And then they get a second attack trigger as well that I've just opened up because they can swing primetime and it won't die. So it could have been a mistake for me to swing with that construct token. They're really in the tank thinking about this though. All right. What's the package? So I just have to remember that they have Lumra still, which is just a big beat stick. I don't think that's going to matter too much because it's like it will get a bunch of lands on the table, but their graveyard is pretty empty right now. I think it's just going to be a matter of what is it? Like maybe finding a second needle for Boseiju. They almost certainly run Otawara as well. I have seen one or two lists skimp out on Otawara before. There's okay, Boseiju bounce land. That's probably for the needle. I think I'm gonna make myself mill this lantern. I'm not super concerned with the analyst right now. Well, that does loop Boseiju's in the future. Well, I'm looking to needle Boseiju. Yeah, let's do this. Hi, Gemstone. That's not what I was looking for. But, hi. I think well, okay. I don't want them to have Aftermath Analyst. I think I just draw the land here. And accept that I'm not drawing a whole lot of good stuff. I am gonna run out the bridge, I think. And the cookbook. I'm gonna run out both of them. Because then they have to choose between whether or not they Boseiju the Pithing Needle or the Ensnaring Bridge. And these constructs will still be big enough to block the Primeval Titan. I think that's the way to go. I hope so, at least. Oh, this prime time is out of their hand. Whoops. And then on upkeep, I will mill their analyst here. No analyst. Spelunking. Spelunking isn't great. Spelunking makes me nervous. Do I pop my Lantern for that, though? I mean, their deck turns on. Yeah, if I give them an amulet effect, yeah, no. No Spelunking. Unfortunately, now these constructs are going to be 5/5, so they're going to be, if they Boseiju one of the constructs, they can still swing in with Prime Time. And then they can find a second Boseiju and then do their thing. Like, I think most lists are on, like, 2 Boseijus now, right? People love their channel lands. Okay, they blew up Bridge. I will grab Basic Swamp. Because if we hit a Blood Moon, our lives get a bit easier. I could have forced a chump from the Titan. Oh, if I didn't play the Gemstone. We lost the first match, Maple. Did I miss a force jump? I could have just because yeah, what were these? These were 5/5s, right? At the start of the turn. So if I didn't play the land, I would have been able to. No, because I can't bridge. I didn't. Well, no, I have 4 mana right here. Well, no, okay, sorry. This was from Boseiju. I don't think that works out. I very well might have missed it though. I see the line that you're talking about. If I was able to make these constructs 8/8s, then Primetime would have had to block one of them so that they didn't die, and then I'm in a decent position. Then they're forced to try and go behind the One Ring. Yeah, that's what I'm missing. Mycosynth's copy. So yeah, I could have went Underworld Cookbook. If I hold my land, Mycosynth Gardens can copy a 1-drop artifact. I can threaten lethal. I have first off, my opponent has to see it. And then if they do see it, then I get to kill their prime time. Yep, okay. I see the line. I see completely what you guys are talking about. Whoops. Well, damn it. I missed it. Hello, Diego Crucius. Uh, thank you, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing special, but I'll take it. Okay, they do run Valakut and Vesuva. So they get to shoot down one of my constructs. I can't block it properly. Or I can't block the prime time properly anymore. Oh, they didn't double up on Valakut. Oh, they bounced and then they play their land for the turn. I see. Okay. Yeah, I will not block. They did do a Summoner's Pact. Unfortunately, they have both of their forests on the table, which makes me sad. So if I spike a Blood Moon, they still get to pay for their pact. That would have been fun. It's always fun to gotcha Amulet. But... Okay, they get more triggers. I'll F6. I don't know why I'm clicking through these one trigger at a time. Let's see what we do. What do we draw? Molten Collapse. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that they have a land in hand. Oh wait, they can just tutor a land. Yeah, I'm dead on board. So. Yeah, okay, we lose game 1. Game 2. All right, let's bring in the fun stuff. Da 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 da. Extirpate. Inquisition kind of feels bad here. I'm not really sure what to do with it. It hits Dryad, and it hits Analyst. Those are two things that Duress doesn't hit, but the Duress hits the One Ring, which is very important. So I'm not really sure what to do with these. I could probably trim. I'll probably go like this. We'll try it like that. The Graph Digger's Cage doesn't matter. Their land sloop combo goes right through it. Pithing Needles are very important. The collective brutalities are pretty bad here too. Yeah, second collapse could be worth it too. Yeah, you're right, because it can hit Primeval Titan, it can hit Amulet of Vigor. Oh yeah, it hits Amulet of Vigor. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. This is a very fast matchup, so I generally take Candy Trail out in the faster matchups because I'm less likely to be able to tutor it. The Mishra's Baubles in the opener are going to be more important, I think. Okay, we have Profane Tutor. We have a fast lock. I don't know if this does enough on its own against Amulet, though. I think I need something interactive. Like, game 1, I would absolutely keep this hand. Game 2, this feels tough. Right? I don't know. I'm gonna let you guys give feedback. What do you guys like? Do you guys like it? This is probably inviting them to do something bonkers on turn 3, though. All right, I got one yes. Does anyone want to lock in with Arkanoid? Kaladin says no. Oh, you'd mull? Okay, perfect. Yeah, let's try again. Perfect. Uh-oh. Buyer's remorse. Okay. Opponent mulligans as well. Well, we're going to 5. I don't need help with that one. On 5, we're keeping this. The Bauble goes to the bottom. This Pixis goes to the bottom. There we go. Turn 1 Lantern. I could have went turn 1 Saga here, I think. That probably would have been fine. They have a Saga, though. That turns into Amulet. I don't... I think I have to let them have that. Yeah, this is my 7, except with 5 cards. That's my concern sometimes. I mean, like I guess it doesn't really matter, grand scheme of things. I would love to have that Profane Tutor back, but... It feels so weird to have live commentary on this because normally I'm just talking to a wall when I'm playing these games. It's interesting to see what other people would do in the same situations that I would do in real time. Like, a lot of people won't actually go and write comments about things in hindsight, or like after an edited video, right? And plus I can skip over all of my deliberation in editing, or like when I waffle sentences and stuff. So maybe I edit myself in a way that makes it sound more confident. I don't know. It's you, the wall. Are you the new wall? I don't know. I actually looked at the wall. I don't know why I'm looking at the wall. It's beige. It's a beige wall. Looks okay, I guess. Here, while we're waiting for our opponent to figure out their priority pass here, um, let's see. What's a conversation point? Oh my God, it's 65 degrees outside. Oh, I should be going outside. That sounds delightful. Oh, they passed priority. What do you guys think is a comfortable temperature? What is the optimal temperature? You can give me Fahrenheit or Celsius. I'll do my best to translate between the two. I kind of know how to do it. I think I give them the bounce land here. I don't have enough information to determine if that's good or not. That's a Force of Vigor. That one they can't have. I am indeed having fun. But wow, we are getting some rapidly different answers in the temperature category. Wow. You see, so I was born and for the most part raised in Phoenix. So my sense of optimal temperature is very skewed from what most people's is. Like normally, like if I'm in 80 degrees, I'm like happy to slightly cold. At least in Phoenix terms. So to hear people say like 60 and 65, like I lived in Buffalo for a little while too, so I had the opposite end where it's like, anything above 60 is like great. Like that's shorts weather. Okay. Force of Vigor is gone. That's good. We also wasted their surveil land there. Shifting Woodland is kind of scary too, though. I really want to land. I might let this Gardens go, though. We'll try and hit another land. Oh, that's odd. I might upkeep Pixis here. Yeah, I'm going to upkeep Pixis. I hate getting rid of the bridge, but... Well, this is bad. Oh, that's bad. Uh-oh. Wheels are coming off again. You lived in Casa Grande? How long ago did you live in Casa Grande? Because if it was more than like 10 years ago, then yeah, it was, there's nothing there. There was nothing there at the time. There's a, what's it called? Lucid Motors, I think, has a power plant over there now, like one of the ED luxury brands. So it's growing. Like, honestly, a lot of Pinal County is growing a ton. I used to live pretty, like in the East Valley, like pretty close. Like, was it like Queen Creek, Gilbert, Chandler Heights, that area? And that county has like went from like probably like 30 to 40,000 people like 10 years ago to like 150,000 people. Yeah, 20 years ago, it's a completely different place, man. I guarantee you. I've only really driven through Casa Grande, but I've driven through like Florence. Florence has completely changed. Um, what else is out there? Oh, Coolidge. I had some coworkers from Coolidge. It's completely unrecognizable. There's also constant road construction because there's only like one road in and out because it's still like ranch town. Okay, so upkeep. First off, we get rid of this Valakut, which is really nice. I like that. Oh no. Okay. Do we grab Needle for Analyst here? I think the answer is we have other problems. Oh wait, no, off the Saga? Yeah, we can grab Needle. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't even get that far. I think I'm going to draw this Profane Tutor and hope that if there's a land below it because I'd like to mill that One Ring. My opponent is responding with something here. Oh, alright, well, we're not getting our needle. Oh, they're doing this in upkeep, too, so I don't even get the mana, huh? Okay, well, I'm getting a shuffle. Let's take a look. Let's grab a swamp. That is still not a land. I'll draw it. Because, again, I don't want to tap this Codex Shredder. There's a land. Okay. Yeah, Valakut going away is really nice. They also spent one Boseiju, which is also really nice. Aftermath Analyst can unfortunately get it back. Because they have a Gruul Turf in the graveyard as well. I am just going to mill them in main phase. Normally I wait till upkeep, but I kind of want some more informed decisions to make here. I don't know what to do here, honestly. Like, I'm fetching. I guess Fomori Volt is good. Like, do I bridge and force them to interact with the bridge? I guess. Like, we'll force them to pop Analyst. They can't really do the Boseiju in the same turn cycle, right? Okay, opponent has Echoing Deeps. That could turn into Urza Saga from both graveyards. Because they can copy either of our graveyard lands. I only have 11 minutes left on the clock in this game, too. I need to speed up. Okay, Commercial District is their land of choice. So they go Sloth. And if they have Sloth, then they can bounce land. Okay, they junked their Echoing Deeps. That's good. Gonna poke me for one. Makes sense. May as well. Yeah, me pixelsing away the gardens was a little greedy. I just read that comment. Okay. Sloth is going to get a bounce land. There's the bounce land. There's Analyst popping. Echoing Deeps will copy. I guess I can copy the Urza Saga in my graveyard. That makes sense. I do appreciate that you don't have to copy with this. Oh, sorry. I thought it was like Vesuva, where it didn't tap for mana. It does tap for mana on its own. Never mind. That's less exciting. I was about to say, I'm happy that there's a card in the newer era of Magic that is a land and doesn't automatically tap for mana. That's sad. All right, here's all the triggers. I'm going to hit 0 so that it passes through all of these automatically, but when they get towards the end of the stack, I'll press 5 to get rid of all of my my stops. Okay. Oh, they can also Boseiju this turn because everything on taps again. Yeah, that's true. Shit. Okay. Well, they get a lot of mana. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? I don't... My brain's not here today, guys. My brain's not here today at all. Okay. Undo the stops. They have primetime mana. I will say, like, I think Aftermath Analyst is a cool card. Even if it's in a deck archetype that drives me up a wall when I play Lantern. I think it's a cool card. When I saw Splendid Reclamation printed for the first time, I really wanted to play around it. Like, I was still a standard brewer at the time, playing on shoestring budget, and I always wanted to make it work. Okay, opponent is gonna get rid of our bridge. Oh, look at that! Look at that! That's big! That's a big hit! I want that one. Boseiju this. Boseiju this. Awesome. Unfortunately, they still have a 6-card hand that we haven't gotten to look at yet. I will mill over that expedition map, and I don't want this swamp, so I'm gonna Pixis. See, all you guys are like relying on strategy, and I'm here for the meme, I guess. Okay. I do kind of want Extirpate. They did have a forest, which is a little unfortunate, but Extirpate is nice. I'm kind of fine with them drawing Mirror Pool. I think I Extirpate the One Ring. Yeah, I Extirpate the One Ring. I'll let them draw Mirror Pool. I guess it doesn't really matter, but or I'll just do this now in case they had a One Ring in hand or something. Okay, we'll do the little that thingy. I can't edit out the little part where I almost dox myself by accident, so I'll just MS Paint here. Go back to game capture. Boom. I'll take a look at that in a moment. Whoop. Prime time. There's one Odawara, one Boseiju. They're out of Valakits. I think we're good. One more Force of Vigor as well. Ether Spellbomb. That's wild. They only have lands in hand. Okay. We're good. We're in a good spot. Redundant Blood Moon. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to end step. Play the Urza Saga pass. Cool. I'll be a little careful about milling them too crazy, but I will be a little bit greedy on the mill here. There's another mill rock. Perfect. Analyst has to go. I don't really have the luxury of thinking about these plays anymore. I'm just going to assume it has to go. Whatever. That one can go too. That's fine. Pithing Needle is going to be great. Oh, I shouldn't have let them have that. Whoops. It's okay. Yeah, we're good. Okay. I do want to... Oh, I don't even have to worry about the needle anymore, do I? Because the One Ring's gone. Yeah, I'll just keep exiling stuff. Speedrun. Okay, I'm not using my Pixis this turn. Probably should have milled that Odawara. There's a Force of Vigor. That one can't hang around. Vestige is fine. Move to end step. At this point, I'm not even looking at what they're doing. Teleria West doesn't do anything either. And this is the last turn cycle we got there. They run 3 Bosages, really? That's the third one, right? 1, 2, and then we just exiled one, right? No, 3. There's the third one. Yeah, they run 3 Bosages. That's crazy. Okay. Whew. Yeah, Blood Moon in a Saga deck, right? My client is not having a good time right now. Okay, just so that we can take a look at what's going on over here. They only have 1 Mycosynth Gardens? It's interesting. Yeah, there's 2 Boseiju, and then there was already 1 out of the deck. That's crazy. Is that 2 Shifting Woodland, I think? I also had 2 copies of Force of Vigor. Did they take out the Dryads that game? I think they took out the Dryads. So Valakut was never a concern. Huh. Well, that's good to know. Okay, there we go. Maybe MS Paint of all things is what was lagging my client there, so we'll close it. Okay, we're on the draw. So I should have mentioned as well, like, I think Inquisition was... Oh, wait, we didn't board in the Duresses? What the hell? Why didn't I do that? I think Cookbook comes out. Kessig Wolf Run to kill with Sloth makes sense. Maybe I just take out the Cookbook, take out the Bauble. Especially if they've seen that I run Blood Moon, I think they're even less likely to board the Dryads back in, right? Well, hold on. Dryad timestamps Blood Moon, right? So they might board them back in to counteract the land hate. Let me pull up Dryad for a sec. Let's go back to Scryfall. Lands you control are every basic land type in addition to their other types. I'm pretty sure that timestamps over Blood Moon. Yeah, okay, so they probably board those back in. So Cookbook should probably stay. There we go. We'll do this. Wait, what did I do? There we go. My piles are falling apart here. This hand has a number of Thought Seizes and a Pithing Needle. The Lantern Lock is a ways away, but this will slow them down. Like, Needle on Boseiju, Thoughtseize can take the ring if that's what they start with. No turn 1 Amulet is fantastic. What do you got? They kept a hand relying on Force of Vigor, it looks like, and Spelunking. What is this hand? Jeez. This is kind of wacky. Well, I think I'm taking Force of Vigor, first and foremost. So that's the thing that they can cast next turn that's in their hand. Echoing Deeps is on the table. Okay. If they draw exactly Forest, next turn they can cast Spelunking, but I think I could take a turn off here. And just go Lantern in Pixis. That's a bounce land, but that doesn't let them do anything next turn. So I think I let them have the bounce land. Especially because I would like to draw this Codex Shredder. Okay, Lotus Field is on the table. They floated mana to flex, I guess. Thought sees the opponent. And I think I just take Spelunking here, right? Primetime is going to be a bit annoying, but Spelunking is their amulet card. That's the spooky one. Now, I need to decide if I want Molten Collapse, and I think the answer is yes, just to answer Primeval Titan later. Wait, do they have... They have 4 cards. They have another Lotus Field? I missed that. Well, it's not good. Actually, their mana base is abysmal. Yeah. Okay, they can have Explore. I think I mill the Shifting Woodland. Oh, I'm really running out of time here. Speedrun. Yeah, you can have prime time. They don't have any land that they can play without having to remove something else. So, yeah, they just kind of have to pass here. I will take Molten Collapse, just in case. I don't really have time to think about these things. Pithing Needle. The One Ring. Pass the turn. No Analyst for you. Then I think we just take lands that don't, like, bounce. Or that, yeah, lands that don't bounce, basically. Stable sources of mana have to go away. They can have Dryad. I could just blow that up. Okay, they have Dryad. I will mill the Summoner's Pact. They played a land just to bounce it back to hand. Sure. All right, good proof of concept. Blow up your Dryad. No Spelunking for you. Well, the One Ring is needled, so they can have that. They can have the bounce land still. And I think my Profane Tutor that comes off Suspend this turn is going to find another Mill Rock at this point. I kind of need to go fast anyway. There's the Forest. No Analyst. No Summoner's Pact. Okay, no Urza Saga for them, but I want to draw this Pixis first. No Woodlands. Explore is fine on its own. Okay, we'll just keep milling them now. Fire Spout, what the hell? Okay, Mirror Pool has to go. Boseiju has to go. And Weird Battlements has to go. Grazer is fine. This is a wacky game. I think I just let them draw. Wait, how did they get a Crumbling Vestige? Did I mess up? Was I not paying attention? Oh, no. I wasn't paying attention. Shit. Okay, so they have 5 mana. I think I'm still okay. I just can't let them have 6 mana. Okay, they explored into it. Okay, that was the card that I wasn't paying attention to. I forgot they drew Explore and tried to auto priority through it. I just gave them their 6 mana. They can Otawara to break the lock now. But if they... Okay, so if they Primeval Titan... Yeah, I just made a bunch of mistakes there in a row because I'm going too fast. So if they Primeval Titan, I might try and aggressively mill my opponent and try and hit the Otawara and get that out of their deck. They are going to Lumra instead, which means that I will let them do what they're doing. Yeah, okay. Sharper play, I would have been able to get that no problem. This is pretty much entirely on me here. I'm sad. I was vibing. I was ready for it. I was excited. Oh, jeez. I still have like 2 or 3 turns. I need a bridge. Bridge is going to be pretty important here, I think. They didn't find their Otawara. Yeah, the time pressure is a little brutal. I can still Thought Seize them. So here, I'm going to Pix this first. I will look for... I guess Blood Moon works. I'll take Blood Moon. And then there's an Ensnaring Bridge on top. Oh, they have... Do they have 2 prime times? And they run 4 forests normally? So this is a 12/12. These lands enter tapped, though, right? So I think I'm still safe. I know they have like 3 prime times in hand, because I gave them a bunch of them. Oh, this game got hard again. Maybe not hard, just indeterminate. Are we still only on match 2? Stage 1, match 2. Oh my god, this is going to be such a long night. Oh, my brain. My brain's already gone. This is one of the nice things that I like about edited videos too is that I can get up and walk away for 3 hours and come back. My opponent's really in the tank on this one. That strikes me as a good sign. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of this cards thing out of my hand. There we go. Oh. Where's my water? I need water. Nope, they did their thing. Did they not search? Fails to find. Cool. Okay, we'll make a mill. So they just went fail to find so they can try and stall me out, I think. Oh, hi, Odawara. Okay, pass the turn. They don't have a Boseiju in hand, do they? Did I mess up? Did I forget that they had a Boseiju in hand? Oh, wait, no, we have it needled, so that's fine. All right, I'll just get rid of Odawara just for safety. That land is fine. Okay, combat. Nothing happens. Okay. And we exile their whole deck. Well, mill and exile, but, you know, you get the point. Their deck is gone. Oh, jeez. Oh my god. Okay. All right. I really don't feel like I deserved either of those games. Yeah, this is the time lapse. This is where I throw in the little music doodles and that I make and then condense them down to 10 seconds because I don't know what else to do with them. But okay, all right. I need water. Give me like 20 seconds or 30 seconds or 60. My brain is mush. That was bad. Yeah. We'll say GG. So. It was the first game that I've won in a very long time where I had less than a minute on the clock by the time it was done. Or I say second game, first game in a very long time. All right. I gotta like refocus my brain. Like I gotta what is it? What do the eye doctors tell you to do? Like stare at a point that's not your screen for like 10 to 15 seconds every 20 to 30 minutes, and I'm definitely way past that. I'll stare at the turned off lamp in the corner. So, how you guys doing, by the way? The 18 viewers that are still miraculously here 2 hours in. I'm really glad that up to this point in my life I've never needed glasses, but with the amount of time that I spend on the computer over the number of years that I've spent on my computer, I am certain that it's going to happen at some point. The rest of my family has glasses, so I mean like most people in the world have glasses, right? All right, match 3. Yo, Krex, how do you do this? How do you do a whole League of Lantern multiple times a week live? This is intense. That is true. Yeah, matchups like Amulet are the reason to be on Nightlight. 100%. like even Tron at this point kind of has ways to wriggle their way around Blood Moon because they run talismans. It's still like really hard for them. But, like Amulet doesn't really have a good solution, I don't think. Okay, match 3, we're on the play. Hello, Julie Jeff. Oh, we found the gemstone, but it's we're not on the right side of the table. Our opponent has Gigantha, so odds are energy. There is a decent chance that it's Ruby Storm as well. Against energy, 4 lands is sketchy, but I could turn 1 Saga and find a cookbook, and then this will pretty much carry me through the rest of the game. I think I like that. If we're against Ruby Storm, then I'm in trouble. Because this hand does jack all against Ruby Storm. But I can, if I turn 1 Urza Saga, I could grab a Cage, which should help buy some time. So maybe this is a controversial keep. Oh, yo, Vinny's in here. What are you doing? Didn't you move over to Twitch recently? MMK Gaming is, well, I guess maybe you didn't want me to say his real name. Sorry, Vinny, but it's out there now. He does a lot of RuneScape streaming right now, if you're into that. We play a lot of Counter-Strike together. Okay, the Sacred Foundry makes me think that this is energy. Static Prison confirms that. So I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. Ooh, I like Pixis. We'll go Codex Shredder. I'm debating whether or not I go Bauble, or if I crack the Bauble. I think the answer is probably not. Yeah, I know, I'm all suspicious and stuff. Leaking your name. Whew. Opponent is really thinking here. Or they're just not here. That is also possible. If my opponent is running Static Prison, like, what decks go Flooded Strand and Static Prison? Is this... Do they have main deck Consign? Is this some, like, Jeskai tempo list? No. Okay. Arena of Glory. Okay. I guess it technically could still be Ruby Storm, and they're playing Static Prison for some reason, but... I'm feeling pretty confident that this is energy. I don't think I cracked the Bauble because I kind of have everything I need. Okay, yeah, we're playing against energy. 100% now. And they're passing the turn. Okay. We'll find Cookbook. Pixis. Blackcleave Cliffs. Jeskai Energy. Yeah, like Jeskai Aggro, like the Mockingbirds one. Is that what you mean? Oh, I meant to slam bridge this turn. Whoops. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, my opponent still hasn't done anything. Hey, it's a Blood Moon. Hey, guys. Do you think I'm scared of the Blood Moon? Okay, I will crack the Bauble at this point. It doesn't matter. They can have Discharge. Pithing Needle is awesome for the One Ring that might come down in a turn or two. I will run out Bridge now. Oh, right. Sideboard Consigns was the other thing. I think Mockingbird is such a cool card. Oh, wow. They're done. All right. My opponent knows what's up. So they're running Blood Moon, which means they're pure Boros as well. We didn't miss any random black cards. I guess Flood is Strange means that they're also not... Like, Marsh Flats usually means that they could be on Mardu, but Flood is Strange means it's less likely. So Pyroclasm is coming in. Blood Moon is coming out. We don't care about those. The Cast into Fire comes in. The Galvanic Blasts come in. Yeah, Mockingbird is so fun. When I was playing Death Shadow, like for like a few leagues, I was trying to force Mockingbirds, and like they weren't always great, but they felt really fun. I'm thinking about Molten Collapse up here. Probably not. Or yeah, if we saw Static Prison, it's fine. It can come in. Let's see what we're taking out, I guess. Cookbook stays in. The Cage comes out in Pure Boros. Yeah, Flying Ragavan, Flying Nethergoyf, Flying. In paper, one time I copied my opponent's Inti, and I paired it with my own Psychic Frog. That was fun. All right, we need 3 more cards to take out. Is the Baubles? Maybe it's Candy Trail. I don't really need to police the top cards super bad, so I could probably trim a Millrock. Maybe I don't need the second Molten Collapse. I'd probably keep that out. And then take out one more Bauble and call it good. Try it like this. Yeah, Solitude against Death Shadow is so brutal. Oh my god. It makes me so sad. Like, I feel like it's just correct when you're playing against like 4 Solitudes to just take out your Death Shadows. Like, you're another Goyf deck, right? So you might as well just do that. Oh god, this hand. Honestly, if this hand had 1 land in it, I might keep it. But it has none. So we do not keep. This is much better. Actually, I'm way happier with this. I think I keep this and bottom the Mishra's Bauble. Probably just go like turn 1 Lantern, turn 2 Shredder. I have guaranteed 3 mana. Although I guess I could just dig for a 3rd land as well. And I wouldn't be upset. I could just bottom like Basic Mountain. Then I can start turn 1 Shredder Bauble. I redraw towards a land. And then that way I avoid like doubling up on lands by accident a little bit, unless I draw 2 in a row. I'll try that. Maybe I'm getting too fancy here. But I think I like this. Second Lantern, okay. I don't know why I just popped this Bloodstained Mire first, but I'd rather have the extra shuffle for the Lantern later. Whoa, 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 what's going on here? Are they going to consign the Codex Shredder? No, okay, they're just being silly. They're just trying to surveil and pass, that's fine. Okay, move to end step. Or, well, I guess maybe they Static Prison or something weird. So I shouldn't auto-pass. What is opponent's turn 2 today? Oh, it's a Johnny. Okay, that's a problem. Operation Look for Needle. Operation Success. Oh, we're flooding, though. We found the 3rd land, which is good. I think I'm running out the needle now, because they're about to flip over a Johnny. They don't have any red permanents yet, thankfully, so a Johnny's 0 doesn't hurt. That's the more immediately pressing one most of the time. Okay, opponent goes Amped Raptor, they'll find Guide of Souls, that's fine. You know, it's really weird. I used to be really scared of Boros Energy, but maybe it's because I've played against it so much at this point. Maybe it's because I'm getting... Or maybe it's because the meta is changing. I don't know which of these are the case, but it doesn't feel so bad anymore. Like, I think they tried to slow down with things like the One Ring, and it's helped a lot. You're gonna run a Johnny in Legacy? Go for it. You brave soul. I don't know if Ocelot Pride would work in Legacy. It might, but seems like a stretch. A lot of the Boros games that I played against, it seems like the opponents are happy not going full gas pedal. Okay, this is a very wide board from my opponent, which is kind of scary, but we do go Hellbent next turn. Thankfully. So unless they can deal 16 damage right now, which I didn't count, hopefully we should be good. It's going to be a lot of damage. Okay, they wisely stack up all of the tokens, or all the counters on one creature, because it means the rest of their board stays nice and skinny. Yep, Ocelot Pride happens, and lots of triggers are going to happen, so I'll just skip to end step here. Okay, Lantern. Flage looping might be concerning, but they don't have a graveyard yet. Codex Shredder will make this slightly worse, but... I do kind of want to dig for a cookbook. Which I can start doing this turn. And my opponent is drawing lots of mana, which is good. That's right, they have one bolt. I forgot about that. Am I just dead? Do they have Flage? They have Flage. Okay, that's fine. I kept a hand where I didn't really have a whole lot of agency there. I guess I could have milled over some of those Guide of Souls, but honest, I don't think that's what I'm supposed to be doing there. I think I keep those on top, so I'm not really upset with that. Yeah, I mean, that's how Boros works, right? Like, if you're a good aggro burn player, you just count out the exact damage, and you know your outs, right? And if you don't get there, then you don't get there. You just force your opponent to have an answer, and that's what they did, and they won. So, um, I think I like what I have, so I'll slam submit. Boros aggro, I feel like, is a little bit tougher because it has the ability to be so aggressive. A little bit better than Mardu does, I think. Because Mardu has like Thoughtseize and Bowmasters and wants to like loop Flages and stuff. Okay, what am I doing on this one? I have lots of interaction. Saga can grab the cookbook early. So I can go like turn 1 Saga Lantern, turn 2 I have Cast into the Fire available. I also have Galvanic Blast available and Pixis. That's probably the better one. I'll keep this. No bridge is a little scary, but we have lots of ways to remove creatures and slow them down. The Galvanic is going to be really good for a Johnny. The Cast into the Fire is going to be really good for Ocelot Pride. Honestly, if my opponent keeps like staying as like they're not going super wide super early, or they didn't game 1 at least. Game 2 they definitely did. Like normally, like I say that Saga tokens are pretty much useless against Boros, but like in game 1 they would have done work. I mean, game 1 they didn't matter though. Yeah, I'm still running out Saga turn 1. Okay, they're gonna go turn 1 Ocelot Pride. That's not good. Yeah, turn 1. Oh, they're going to save their Ocelot Pride for a turn. Works for me. So next turn they probably go like double 1-drops. So it might be like Guide of Souls 2 Ocelot Pride. I think I'm holding up Galvanic for that Ocelot Pride. Another land isn't exciting. I was kind of hoping they had something I cared about on top so that I could justify using Pixis. Oh, well, maybe that happens. Yeah, I guess I care about Ocelot Pride. Yeah, Ocelot Pride is scarier than the guide. So I'll let this resolve. Wow, a second one. Okay, so cast into the fire would have been very nice there. They've already gained life this turn, so they're already going to get 1 cat. So maybe what I do, I'm going to lead on Pixis here. I want to see what they're drawing. They're drawing a land next turn. So maybe what I do here is I Galvanic the Guide of Souls. They're going to get 2 cats, but then I can cast into the fire the following turn. And then get rid of both of their Ocelot Prides, and then they're just poking me with 2 cats for the next foreseeable future. I think I like that. So yeah, unfortunately they get 2 cats here, which sucks, but I'm not going to be using this mana. It doesn't matter. We still have a lot of life, so I'm not in a rush to get Cookbook down. I think I'm just grabbing a Codex Shredder and trying to manipulate the top card more. Okay, I don't like Blackcleave Cliffs on top. We have plenty of lands as it is. So I'll pass here. They're drawing more lands too, though. Good problem to have. Okay, they're going to Ajani. I will respond by blowing up the Ocelot Prides. Unfortunately, if they have bolts, they can start doing stuff right away. But this once again buys us some more time. So I'll mill myself here. Inquisition. Yeah. They're dealing 5. Yeah, 5 damage next turn. I can take an Inquisition, I think. Let's see what you're up to. They're going to bolt in response. No, they're going to surveil. Cool. All right, there's Static Prison. Yes, I'm running 3 Profane Tutors. We just haven't really seen them so far this league. Okay, I'm gonna Pixis on upkeep. Not a big fan of Amped Raptor. Well, I'm a fan of Pyroclasm. I just realized that I let my opponent keep a Flage, which means that they can bolt one of their own cats, which is a problem. We're running 3 copies of Profane Suitor. I think I still have the list. Hold on, let me post it. Copy, paste. Here you go. That's the deck list. Yeah, they're blowing up one of their own tokens. Okay, so Pyroclasm got a lot worse. Let's see what they do with their Ajani trigger. If they 0, which they do. I'm gonna shred my opponent. Blood Moon is fine. I will copy my Codex Shredder. because I'm going to have a third mana with this Fomori Bolt anyways. Oh, cool. Molten Collapse will kill a Johnny. Blow up the board. Pass the turn. They do have Flage mana too, though. So maybe I have to blow up the Flage. Or maybe I'm just looking for Bridge. They still have 5 cards in graveyard, so they can Flage again next turn. Okay, this time it domes, or Johnny domes me for 2. Yeah, I need Bridge. I'm looking for Bridge. Bridge or bust. Say it with me, everybody. Oh, okay. Shredder myself. Oh, there's Bridge. Cool. Now we're looking for Pithing Needle. Say it with me, everybody. Needle or bust. Blood Moon is good against Amulet Titan. That was our insight. I think. I don't want them having a Johnny. There's just a lot of extra damage on the Johnny's plus. Yeah, I kind of got free rolled into Amulet despite punting several times. But okay, opponent plus is a Johnny again. So next turn I am dead unless I can remove a creature from the board. Or needle a Johnny. They put Gigantha in hand. Okay, so even removing 1 creature isn't enough. I have to remove 2 or kill a Johnny. Alright, Pixis. Cookbook would work if I had an extra card in hand. But I don't. So I must keep looking for a Pithing Needle. Needle? Needle? Needle. Okay. That's game. I'll let my opponent kill me, but yeah. Yeah, there were both of the games for Amulet Titan were just I just stumbled into Blood Moon at random intervals and won because of it. So, okay. That game 3, I wonder maybe if I got a little bit distracted with trying to answer my opponent's board state and they just kind of got there. Maybe we just got a little bit unlucky. I think we did okay. It just things didn't pan out. Boros is fast, so I'm not disappointed with that showing. So we're down 1 and 2 right now. At least those games didn't take very long. Let's do match 4. I should check my phone. I got a Costco card recently because I finally moved into a new place and I figured that I should, buy in bulk because it's cheaper in the long run, right? And now I have Costco notifications popping up all the time. I should just turn those off. I don't know why I've left them on. I also should probably turn off the job notifications because I don't need that anymore. I did need that for quite some time, but I don't need that anymore. Okay, we got to find a new personal question. So we found everyone's ideal temperature, and it was way below mine. The sun says it's 65 outside. Actually, I'm gonna go outside and see if it's actually 65 degrees. I don't believe that because it was like in the high 80s like 2 days ago. I guess it feels like 65. Feels kind of nice. All right, double discard Lantern Lock in a Saga. Can't ask for more than that. Except for this to be a Blackcleave Cliffs. We're going to have to pay some life to do this. They didn't reveal anything, right? Okay, cool. This is probably turn 1 Lantern, turn 2 Thoughtseize, or turn 2 Inquisition, right? I think that's the way it rumbles. Oh, they get a Boseiju. Boseiju probably means it's like Breach or something. Yeah, I'll let them have Boseiju. Okay, Expedition map. Could be Amulet, could be Tron. What's a good conversation topic for stream? Well, I cooked meat very poorly today. What's your guys' least favorite kind of meat? Oh, I have a viewer. I'm playing against a viewer. Okay. All right. Opponent goes turn 1 map. What am I doing? This is the second time that this has ever happened. At least in a league. I've had it in casual like tournament practice before. It feels weird, honestly. Good weird, but still weird. Okay, opponent is just rocking mono green Tron, it looks like. So I'll take Kozilek's command because that's the option. They are going to get Tron assembled on turn 3. If they want it. I assume they want it. But they don't have anything else really going on. Judging each one, no pressure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not under any scrutiny whatsoever, I'm sure. You guys wouldn't hurt me like that, right? Right? So I'm a little curious. Do I let my opponent have 2 Sowing Myco spawns? I think the answer is yes, because they can't easily cast those without me getting this Urza Saga going first. So I'm going to make constructs this turn. That's a chalice. I don't think I can let them have the chalice, right? I think I gotta make them shuffle that. It probably works out okay, but I am distressed by that. Okay, opponent found a talisman instead. That does mean that they get to blow up the saga, though. That's unfortunate. I don't love that. All right, we'll make our blocker. So Lantern is just gone for now. 68 is prime. That hurts me. I don't know why you're saying these things, but I do not like them. All right, well, opponent's got oodles of mana and probably a second Boseiju. No, they're just going to keep getting Tron lands. Okay, so they probably only have 1 Boseiju in the deck, if that's the case. Well, I will take... Well, okay, I thought C's now. Let's take a peek. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of the Olive Dusts is gone, so that's their hand. I think I'm just passing here. I am looking for just generic artifacts. I don't think I blocked the Myco spawn. I can take 3. This construct probably grows sometime soon. Oh dear. We are in the market for a Molten Collapse. But my opponent can just Liquid Metal. They could, or wait, they have, what, 6, 7, 8. They could just get the City Breaker thingy, whatever it's called, the 9-drop that blows stuff up. Cityscape Leveler, that's what it's called. Or good old Sundering Titan. That also works. I lose 2. Yeah, okay, I'm not coming back from this. let's go to game 2. That was punishing. Molten Collapse comes in, Damping Sphere comes in. Cast into the Fire, I think, comes in for the ring, and they did show that they play Chalice, so that'll be useful too. Magus comes in. Collective Brutality comes out. Inquisition feels... Oh, Duress also comes in. Inquisitions come out. Cookbook comes out. Cage comes out. We need 2 more cards. Yeah, you know what? I haven't seen Sundering Titan in quite some time. I respect it. Respect the Sunder. Oh, what else comes out? Probably the Baubles? I don't think I'm missing anything, right? Am I playing junk that I should be taking out? This is an awful lot of cards to sideboard. That's a chunk. That's what, 3, 6, 9 card sideboard? Am I overcompensating here? It's probably fine, right? You know what? I'm going to leave in 1 Inquisition because I'd rather have 1 Inquisition than 1 Bauble. That Bauble is bothering me. Huh. I don't like it. I don't think I got a stream sniper in here. I don't stream. Like, this is my first stream on YouTube, right? So I don't think he's in here. If he is in here, then hi, welcome. It's probably fine. It's probably fine, right? What am I bottoming? Probably the Candy Trail, right? Like, Blood Moon is going to carry us this game. That is the most important card. Oh, eh. Yeah, Bridge and Blood Moon, I need both of these. Duress is going to be useful for looking at the hand. Candy Trail is the only one that doesn't serve an active function. I think I'm leading on Duress to try and avoid a turn 1 Chalice. Okay, so they have Ugin's Lab, so they get their turn 1 Talisman. I think I just take the ring. They have plenty of mana. They just need a mana outlet. There's our 3rd mana. That's great. There's the Chalice, but that is a little bit late. I think I let them have Chalice this time. Oh wait, hold on. I can't Urza's Saga. So I can't Urza's Saga away, or stuff into play, because Blood Moon's going on the table. I can blow it up with my 2 Molten Collapses and 1 Cast into the Fire, but that's, I don't have Library Manipulation. I might have to make them shuffle here. I'm not really in any danger of giving them something super scary right away, though. So I think this is fine. Like, Blood Moon, I guess if they draw Boseiju, Blood Moon gets worse because they have the Talisman to Mana Filter. That's my biggest concern. Or they could just find another chalice that never mind. I popped my lantern for no reason. I'm so sad. Okay. Well, we will sit in pain together, opponent. I hate it. Yeah, they get their color fixing too. We don't even have black mana, so that's a little oof. But they even get to sowing Myco Spawn for another green source or a waste. So they could look for a waste. Well, I'm gonna put stuff on the table. I'm glad that my opinions with Kaladin are like basically the same. Kaladin? I guess I just realized it's spelled like Aladdin. Oh, they found our ring. God damn it. Stop it. Stop it, opponent. Maybe if I ask them, they'll be nice. Well, we found a second blood moon. I'll just pass it the turn here. Oh, okay. So I was saying it right the first time. Opponent, yeah, that's been kind of silly. No, I found the card too. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I think we're in a little bit of trouble. I think I think there may be a bit of a struggle going on soon enough. Nice to have Karn on my side for a change, though. Yeah, okay. That's a fair point. Fair. They haven't even casted their Sowing Myco Spawn. They've just been drawing live. So what are they finding in their sideboard? Sundering Titan only takes one land because everything is a mountain on my side of the board. Yeah, they just find liquid metal coating. Yeah, that's fair. Would you like to deactivate a land? Sure. Blackcleave Cliffs is now a artifact mountain. Oh, okay. Needle is a start. I think I have to name Karn. I forgot the chalice is on the table. Yeah, that hurt. That hurt a lot. It seems like there's a bit of a stream delay. It's very funny. I can make my misplay and then I can look off to the right and then I can see everybody reacting in real time trying to like warn me before it happens, but it's like already happened 10 seconds ago. There wasn't originally a delay. I don't know what happened, but so this has been a rough showing, everybody. It's been a rough showing. I think we go to match 5. Let's do it. One more. Deep breath. Deep breath. Let's make it work. Actually warm. Yeah, sometimes Tron just does Tron things. Yeah, my opponent drew hot. That's that's what happens. It's okay. I'm in surprisingly high spirits. Normally, like when it's like round 4 and I'm down 1 and 3, like I'm kind of busted. I guess it helps like when there's like I can share my pain with you guys and like you can like I can distribute that pain amongst like 20 people. And it doesn't feel so bad. But like when I'm just kind of making videos by myself, I'm just like, wow, I sound defeated. Is that really worth content? Caleb D. Who is Caleb? This guy sounds really familiar. Well, he's got a Daybreak account, so somebody important. Candy Trail, Bridge, Codex Shredder. Yeah, I think this is fine. No Thoughts is a little rough, but like we play with this. Yeah, thanks guys for helping me take the L here. Kind of want to turn one Candy Trail, but I don't know what I'm looking for yet, so I think I'm just running out Shredder. Like I think like Lantern and Lands are the obvious choices, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. Streamer, content creator. Gotcha. Perfect. Undercity Sewers is either Goryo's or Frogtide. They kept their Surveil on top. It's a Bowmasters, so it's probably Frogtide. Okay, so the Needle's going to be pretty worthless here. I'll grab a Swamp. Candy Trail. There's Lantern. And a second Mill Rock. I have 2 bridges in hand already, so like honestly, this is pretty good. Unfortunately, I will have to shuffle one of them away next turn unless I spend a draw on the Candy Trail. So I think I'm going top Pixis, top Lantern, you know, make them think about how I'm living the good life over here, topping 2 cards at once. I'll Pithing Needle on the Frog so it stays nice and small. No Swole Froggy today. They really don't like it. Sure. I'll take it. Okay, they find an island. Oh, there's the frog. I am slamming bridge this turn 100%. Like, if they spent 1 Force of Negation, the odds that they have a second one are pretty low. So, goodbye, Pixis. That's okay. Okay, bridge is on the table. Yeah, maybe they were thinking that maybe I was going to do some 4D chess named Polluted Delta, and like they're really hurting for lands. Like when you don't play against a deck a whole lot, like your imagination runs wild, right? And the possibilities, like you get scared and you don't really know what you're supposed to be playing against. And like, you know, you got to be kind of like wackadoodle to play Lantern Control, right? So like people can make all kinds of crazy decisions. So I seriously I think it was a poor play, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there wasn't some sound logic behind it, right? Yeah, having frog active can be important too, right? Okay, they have counterspell, consider Oculus, spell snare, consider cuts through the lock. Wait, did they? They have counterspell for lantern. I have to take that. All right, they're gonna go look for counterspell. Does it work? They put a card on top. So whatever they found they like, that's not a good sign for me. Yeah, I'm passing. They might have found like a Sink into Stupor, possibly. Okay, you can have your Darkslick Shores. I think I still need to resolve a spell or two, so I think I'm still worried about counter spells. So I'll fight him a little bit over this one. If they like compete and try and draw, then maybe it's fine. But yeah, okay, there it goes. Oh, they had double delta in hand, yeah. So that informs the decision a lot more. Okay, opponent is tapping. What was that, 3 mana? Oculus is out. Sick. Let's do it. I'm wondering about this Profane Tutor. I think, like, I'm kind of sick of my opponent drawing cards off the Psychic Frog, but I think it's probably fine, right? Profane Tutor looking for something later seems valuable, and I only have 1 Millrock. Yeah, I'll suspend a Profane Tutor. I do want to land, though. Yeah, the abhorrent Oculus is pretty scary. Like, I've been trying to force Rakdos Shadow a lot recently in my spare time because it doesn't take as long as Lantern. And the Oculus is scary. Like, Rakdos doesn't have a great removal set for it, at least not, like, normally. And it's a 5/5 that spawns blockers that turn into Psychic Frogs, potentially. That's terrifying. Okay, opponent is forcing through damage this one turn. They have another Psychic Frog anyways, so... Oh, never mind. They're just dumping their whole hand on the table. I don't know why they're doing this. What did they keep in hand? I don't remember. It's fine. I'm looking for a land. Mana Rock counts. Or Mill Rock counts. I'll take a Mill Rock. Esper Tempo sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, I'll go Pixis. Pixis is on the table. I'm pretty convinced that we won this game. I'm a little bit worried about some of these manifest things turning into frogs. So I do still kind of want to get my hand empty here. Like a land would be very nice. Oh. They did find their sink into stupor. Well, I'm just a silly head. I'm just dead. Okay. Look at me talking big talk over here and then just dying to a sink into stupor while I'm not looking. Lantern is a humbling deck. Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. It's okay. All right. Blood Moon, I think, comes out, right? Especially because they're not, like, on Murktide as much anymore. They don't need double blue as desperate. Well, I guess they need it for counterspell still, but, like, they fetch basics pretty regularly. They didn't see Blood Moon that game, but I don't think that's what this game is going to be about. Yeah, second bridge would have worked way better instead of Profane Tutor. Yeah. I mean, I did call out that Sink into Stupor when they topped their Consider before, right? And I just wasn't thinking about it. I was just rambling to myself. So. Yeah, that would have worked way better. Extirpate might be good. Just to cut through counter spells a lot of the time. I like having those. But that's kind of a maybe. The Duress definitely comes in. Blood Moon is definitely coming out. The Cage comes out. The Cookbook comes out. Molten Collapse is an interesting idea for the Oculus. Because they have a lot of big stuff. Then I can take out a Bauble and call it good from there. I'd say that's a reasonable game plan. Yeah, I could have won that game. That's my bad. This hand is highly disruptive and has a Profane Tutor for later. I think I like it. It's pretty far away from establishing the lock, but Profane Tutor will get bridge on the table easily. They probably don't run more than 2 Sink into Stupors. They probably only run 1 and like maybe 1 Otawara if they even run Otawara at all. I left my needles in. Those should have come out. Needles should not have been in the deck anymore. There should be like 1 or 2. I definitely don't need 3 needles for this matchup. Oops. Okay, opponent's on 6. I think they're a Thoughtseize deck, so I'm gonna Mishra's Bauble on their upkeep. They've got their own Blood Moon over there. Okay, what am I taking? Yeah, I spaced on the needles. I think I start by taking Counterspell. Next turn, I Profane Tutor. Turn 2, they're probably gonna like Psychic Frog. The next turn, I have a basic Swamp, so I'm not really worried about getting cut off of mana colors. Like, the only thing that's red in my deck right now is Molten Collapse, I believe. Right? That should be it. I think I'm taking... Yeah, I'm thinking I'm taking Counterspell, just because then, like... Well, I guess... See, if I'm bridging on turn 4, that's their turn 3. I doubt that they Harbinger on turn 3 on curve, right? They probably hold up Counterspell for bridge. Yeah, I'm going to start with Counterspell. That's fine. They're drawing a land. Okay. We draw. Urza Saga. That explodes to the Harbinger of the Seas. I don't like that. That could encourage them to Harbinger of the Seas on turn 3, though. So I think I run that out. Then I can Profane Tutor, pass the turn. They're going to Surveil end step. They like their card. I hate seeing that. Okay, Marsh Flats is out. There's a Psychic Frog. Well, there's a Pithing Needle. I suppose what I could do here... So I could go Black Cleave Cliffs, just to sweeten the deal on them potentially doing Harbinger of the Seas. We'll go Black Cleave Cliffs. I'm going to start with a Pithing Needle. They probably counter the Pithing Needle, because they're really scared of that card, it seems. Okay. So Psychic Frog is gone. So now I can Collective Brutality, discard this Gemstone Caverns, kill the frog, and look at their hand. Then I still have the Swamp for next turn. My opponent really wants to Harbinger of the Seas. They're very enticed to use Force of Negation right now, which might strip another blue card out of their hand along with it. There's Force, taking Oculus. Okay. And they did, or they used their Flooded Strand. That's gone. Watery Grave is gone. Do they Harbinger? It's a tough question, because, like, I get Profane Tutor. They know I'm getting a Profane Tutor. Yeah, they need to choose between Profane Tutor or Harbinger. And if they don't choose the Urza or the Harbinger, then I get Urza Saga tokens and Profane Tutor. Like, that's, and, like, this looks like it shuts off all my mana, right? Like, that looks like a really sweet deal. So I think I'm just taking Bridge. I'm going to cast Bridge this turn, and we're hoping that we just hit Mill Rocks, and then from now on, I mill them blind as much as possible. The odds that they have another Force Negation are astronomically low. Yeah, there we go. And we still have access to black mana in the future. They do still draw 2 cards per turn until, well, sorry, they draw another card this turn. We should be able to dump our hand. Okay, start with Candy Trail. I don't want either of those cards. I will, like, we'll go Gemstone. I can draw an end step, actually. I don't need to draw right now. Because if I draw another land, then they get another Psychic Frog attack. Okay, end step Bowmasters, that's fine. So I guess Candy Trails is going to grow a Bowmasters token. Oh well. Okay, end step. Bowmasters is gonna pop. Oh, I could have. I tapped my swamp. I shouldn't have done that. Oops. It's a land. So I think I extirpate on upkeep here. Maybe I shouldn't auto pass like this. On upkeep, I will take probably Counterspell. Like Force of Negation. Wait, no, Force of Negation is, well, all their lands are islands. It doesn't really matter. Counterspell costs less. Oh, this is upkeep, sorry. There we go. Let's let them draw a card first. Let's see what they're working with. They had 2 in hand. Their hand is all counter spells, dear lord. Oh my god. I okay. I can't be wasting time here. Whew. Yeah, they're auto passing now. I just run these in, right? I don't really get a choice. I'll just auto pass. I really hope they let me have this. Yeah, they do have double blue. For some reason, I was thinking of Blood Moon. But they have the Flood Moon, so. Okay, Thoughtseize. They have Unearth. That's fine. Although Unearth does cycle, I didn't think about that. But they targeted me with Mill. That's rude. So they're certainly not out of this. Like, they run a lot of cantrips and they run a lot of counterspells, and I still don't have any Lantern Lock pieces on the table yet. They can still win this. Like, they can reach Sink into Stupor relatively easily. Actually, hold on a sec. All right, I closed MS Paint. Whoops. Okay, they go Oculus. If they do run a single copy of Sheoldred as well, the Oculus helps them find it. I do get a second bridge down, though. Because they have no cards in hand. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? We won. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Bridge does all the heavy lifting in the Frogtide matchups. It is like once Bridge resolves, the game flips from Frogtide being favored to you being massively favored. It like the battle is completely against or like in resolving two bridges, basically. That scared me so much though. Oh, I forgot to take the needles out again. God damn it. No. Well, this hand looks vaguely familiar, doesn't it? This is like pretty much the exact same thing from last game, right? Except instead of a candy trail, we have a pithing needle. If they don't have Tameo, I think it makes sense because they only have one Sink into Stupor in their entire deck list. Or, well, hold on. Let me... Oh, whoops. You didn't see that. Give me a moment here. Looking at their deck list, they have no Otawara. So yeah, they just have the one Sink. That's all they have. This is a little wacky, but I'm going to keep it. I do find it very fascinating watching VODs from other people's perspectives on Lantern Control, so I will probably look for it. Okay, turn 1 Inquisition. What are you working with? Three cantrips, counterspells, Oculus. I don't like it. I think I do take Force Negation this time. They have so many things to pitch to Force that I don't care about. Or, well, that, you know, them casting is also fine. I'm kind of glad I have double Thoughtseize, though. Like, we will get through their cantrips, whether they like it or not. Yeah, there's something fascinating about seeing the opponent's POV. Yeah, I agree. Oh, my opponent played Swamp. They can't counterspell this turn. They need, like, specifically Consign. Did they top their card or bottom their card? They milled it. Okay. Well, I will lead on... Maybe this is weird, but I'm going to lead on Thoughtseize. I'm not going to suspend this turn, because I don't want to give them a chance to get a second blue source, and I want to force this Lantern on the table. Yeah, Bowmasters is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'd say Counterspell. Play Lantern. Unfortunately, this informs their cantrips a little bit better. But, oh, they respond with Consider. That's odd. They mill a Bowmasters. They find another Bowmasters on top of their library. So I'll Profane Tutor next turn. They drew Flooded Strand. Okay. They do have an Oculus. So I don't think I can make a Construct token this turn, unfortunately. I think what I'm doing is just going Thoughtseize and then suspending Profane Tutor, and then next turn I can make a Construct token. Found another Counterspell. Wow. And they're drawing another Consider, huh? I think I'm still taking Counterspell. Like that. Oh wait, no, I fucked up. They have an Oculus. Pretend that I did that correctly. Oh, my opponent shuffled away the Consider. Oh, so that they can Bowmasters. That makes sense. Cool. Harbinger is too late. Okay, Oculus says hello. So they will get in one beat, or one attack with the Oculus, unfortunately. Yeah, they keep the Harbinger on top because they're going to try and block me out of mana here. Drawing another land doesn't really fill me with joy here. But we do get a Millrock, which is good. I will Pixis. I guess it doesn't... Maybe I shouldn't have Pixis, but it's okay. Doesn't matter a ton. Go Psychic Frog. And I think we're just trying to avoid our opponent hitting counterspells. I will let them have the Consider, because they run a lot of counterspells. Yeah, this one does not spark joy. They can only attack with the Oculus in any meaningful way this turn, although they do continuously clog the board every turn, so they might just force cards through the construct anyways. Maybe I should have made them mill that Consider. Maybe that was a little bit reckless of me. How many counterspells do you guys think they run? Like 10, 12? Like, I don't know. I don't know what the right option is. Yeah, Oculus is cool. It's scary. It's scary. Yeah, the Oculus is interesting because it's kind of like a Murktide that accumulates value. Which I guess like Murktide and Frog, they kind of accumulate value over time. But like the Oculus does it all by itself. It has a strong upfront cost, but is strong or like a decent flyer that dodges a lot of removal. I guess it's kind of like Murktide too, but like all Oculus asks for is cards in the graveyard. Murktide at least requires you to build heavy instant sorcery. Like Oculus, you can just eat whatever you want. I wonder maybe if there's room out there for like this is probably greedy, but like Nethergoyf. That might be interesting. Like Nethergoyf with Oculus, if you self-mill yourself enough, you could probably get some combos that way. But I guess those are both graveyard-centric cards that get blown out. Kind of hard. Okay. Profane Tutor. Am I allowed to Profane Tutor? I think I let them consider into Consider again. Oh, they found Counterspell. Okay. Profane Tutor? They do let me find Bridge, which is unfortunate. Because Bridge isn't going to resolve. But I can fight for discard here. Oh, I don't have to fight for it. It's just there. So what am I doing this turn? I think I go Collective Brutality. I don't think I drain my opponent. I think I just cast it normally. May I look at your hand, please? Oh, wait, I'm just dead, aren't I? Yeah, I'm just dead. No, I think, yeah, because I'm at 8 life. They swing 5 in the air and their board is wide enough to get around me, and they have Bowmasters too. Yeah, I messed up. Or, well, I don't know if I messed up, but I don't think we get this one. I cry. So very specifically, if I tried to hit a 1 mana counter or discard spell, I would have been fine. So just for funsies, let's see if I would have drawn into that. Oh right, they probably had an Oculus under as well. Yeah, we're just dead. Oh, that's the end of the league. I forgot that was game 3. Well, that's unfortunate. Rip. Okay, well, that's fine. We still have some closing thoughts, right? Let's go to let's close out of this window. Let's go back to the collection here. Let's take a look at what we have. Yeah, so we finished 1-4. Was not impressive. We beat Amulet Titan despite despite my best efforts. We beat Amulet Titan. There were some games though that could have gone better, I think. Boros still felt really close. I don't think your deck variant against energy aggro matters too much because most of the variants run black, right? And black is going to be your friend in your cheap creature removal and your discard, and like your artifact package is still the same. Like you don't have trophies, but I mean most of their stuff is like removable in most color sets. So that could have gone either way still. Obviously, Amulet did fine. Against the control matchups, we kind of struggled and flailed a little bit because we didn't have... I don't know, we don't have things like Ancient Stirrings, which kind of feels bad. Blood Moon is a nice gotcha sometimes, but it feels like unless you lean even heavier into Blood Moon, it doesn't feel like it's a consistent part of the deck to me. I feel like that's my takeaway here. Is like Arkanoid original, if Arkanoid's still here, hi Arkanoid. My original deck thesis when I was building my version of the Nightlight version, or of the Nightlight list, was that one Blood Moon didn't feel like enough to justify cutting the green or the blue from your deck list that the other variants run. Like losing access to Whir of Invention for Blood Moon doesn't feel worth it if you're only running one Blood Moon. Yeah, I'd be curious if he keeps in Blood Moons versus Frogtide as well. I would like some input from people that have experience playing Blood Moon decks, especially things like Blue Moon or like control variants, things that can take or leave Blood Moon and don't really care. They use it as a strategical tool. Because input from those types of players would be very helpful in determining like what matchups Blood Moon should go in. Because, yeah, like Frogtide's a good example. They run basics and they can actively fetch basics, but if they're not, or it does still like slow them down, right? Tron can find basics sometimes, right? But it slows them down dramatically to go and find those basics so that they can function. So I could just not be utilizing Blood Moon correctly, but I do think that you want to be utilizing Blood Moon more. So maybe even running a third copy of Blood Moon might be in the cards here. Potentially. I still haven't really seen the value in Molten Collapse. I've seen a lot of people sing its praises, and I constantly find that it's disappointing in different ways. It seems fine. It's nice to have one thing that kills any creature or planeswalker in the deck, but I've played, like, in the blue-black royalists, there's a lot of mono-black things that do that too, and do it at instant speed. So Molten Collapse doesn't really feel like it has a niche unless you can hit both of these modes consistently and get a lot of value out of it, but there's not a lot of non-creature, non-land permanents that cost 1 or less that you really care about in the format right now. Like, even, like, Boros Energy, there's only one card where you really care about that, and it's Static Prison. The only, like, Amulet, it matters. There's probably 1 or 2 other cards that I'm forgetting about, but other than that, this is a Dreadbore. So I like it as a sideboard tool still. I still think it's valuable there. But in the main board, it just feels like it kind of falls short for me. I feel like I'd rather have like a Bitter Triumph or Baleful Mastery, or what's it called? Feed the Cycle, maybe. Probably not Feed the Cycle. Just cards like that. Maybe even like a Murder. Well, Murder's Cut doesn't kill Planeswalkers, so not that one. But what else is in here worth talking about? Profane Tutor didn't really line up. Oh, Gemstone Caverns. I am so sad that we did not get Gemstone Caverns to line up properly. I think part of it is because we were losing a lot of games in our leagues. So we were getting to play a lot. And it's really funny. When I first started out, I remember talking to Mickey. And I was on Cockatrice. And I was telling him, I'm going to experiment with Gemstone Caverns in the sideboard. And the thing that I came back to him with was, I couldn't actually test Gemstone Caverns because I wasn't good enough with the deck. And I always got to play a game too, so I never got supported in. That's not super relevant to the story. I think we didn't see it a lot because we didn't win a ton. Blood Moon versus Saga is tough. I will agree there. I think there might be some argument to potentially go down to 3 Urza Sagas. Just trim one of those, get like an extra fetch land in here or something. I know Arkanoid runs like 5 or 6 fetches already, but maybe leaning harder into Blood Moon and then trimming maybe a Saga. I don't know. Yeah, no Gemstone Caverns equals skill issue, exactly. I will say though, like anecdotally, Gemstone Caverns felt really good for me when I got to play it. There were a lot of turns where I would like, exiling a card from your hand feels tough sometimes, but I can look at my hand and say, oh shit, I can turn 1 Profane Tutor, or oh shit, I can turn 1 Urza Saga with 2 mana and just run over my opponent with constructs. And when you can do or make 2 3/3 constructs by turn 2, or sorry, by turn 3 when you untap, that's really scary. Not to mention that on your turn 1, you can also deploy 2 artifacts. So those can be, like, in theory, 5/5s. Or even 6/6s if you draw a bauble. Like, I mean, we're reaching unrealistic territory here. But, like, Gemstone Caverns opens a lot of avenues for explosive play that you just don't have with any other card. I think the only other card that you can see this with is Talisman, but Talisman eats up your entire turn 2. And doesn't function as a land. It's just kind of a dead card that dies to artifact hate a lot of the time. And so I still think Gemstone Caverns is worth running. Maybe 2 is a bit extreme. There are some times where you will have to sacrifice 1 because they legend rule each other. I think 2 is fine, generally speaking, but I could understand if people are hesitant and they only want to run 1 copy. I play aggressive. I like putting things on the table very fast. What other things to talk about? Sideboard pieces. Galvanic Blast we didn't really get to see too much. We didn't trigger Metalcraft the one time that we casted it, but it was against energy and we killed a Guide of Souls. It didn't matter. I still kind of like the idea of Galvanic Blast. Against Domain Aggro, we did have a conversation where Fatal Push would have felt better. So there's a matchup. Domain Aggro or Domain Zoo is kind of like, I don't know if it's fringe necessarily, but I'd call it like 1 to 2% of the metagame. Like it's a deck that exists, but it is one of those things that gets caught in the this card is good against quote unquote other decks territory, right? So still something to keep in mind. Like Galvanic Blast isn't perfect. It does have some shortcomings. But I still like it. I still think it's an interesting option. And being able to, well, I didn't think about this. Against Tron, I didn't board in Galvanic Blast. So maybe the upside of being able to hit Planeswalkers with Galvanic Blast doesn't work as well. It is still good against, like, Tamiyo. But now that the Oculus is hanging around, I think Tamiyo is starting to see less play. Yeah, Zoo has been on the upswing since Nadu ban. People have been kind of getting into it again. It's still a good deck. Like, it's still a force to be reckoned with. It does lose to itself a lot of the time, but, I mean, you're a 5-color aggro deck. Like, you go 1 speed, you whack your opponent, you hit him real good, real hard, real fast, and that's what you do. We didn't run into any mill. I don't know if you really worry about mill in paper tournaments so much. I like my understanding is that Emrakul is, or like Mill is a big MTGO thing, and that its paper representation is a lot lower than online. So I don't know if I would necessarily need to run the Emrakul, but strong caveat, sometimes people like to board this in against Through the Breach. So maybe that's something worth considering, just because your opponent runs 4 of them and you don't always exile them all in time before you deck yourself. Magus of the Moon felt good. If you're going to be running Blood Moon effects, I think having Magus as an option to diversify your card types that do Blood Moon is really good. I don't know. Is there anything that the chat wants to say, like things that they might want to change or questions on deck inclusion? Link to modern data for the last 4 weeks. I can link it. Oh, whoops. Give me one sec. I can find the Lumen resources here. Oh, this doesn't have a link. It just has a picture. I don't think I can do pictures, can I? Let me... If I share this on stream... Oh, my streamer mode isn't turned on, is it? No, it's not. Okay, so I would dox myself. Potentially. Actually, there's nothing here that's really super... Or wait, hold on. Open link. I'll just open this up on a web page here. Here we go. It looks like it deleted your link. If you DM me it, I can post it in here. I think by default it hides that stuff. Oops. There we go. So this is like a snapshot from the last month, I think. Boros and Mardu Energy are about like 26, 27% of the meta. Frog Tide is about 9%. I think it's going up. A lot of people really like the Oculus right now. I don't know if it proves itself in the long term, but like Ruby Storm 7%, so that's a big concern. Looks like Breach has kind of fallen off a little bit, huh? I didn't notice that. Eldrazi Tron and Ramp Eldrazi are at around 9% right now. And Amulet Titan is an additional 3. So I think something to keep in mind when you're playing Nightlight, right, is that you're very reliant on your Blood Moon doing something important. So first off, I still stand by, if you know any good Blue Moon players or like Blood Moon, I guess agnostic control players, ask for some advice from that. See how the meta feels from those players, with including Blood Moon in your deck. So that might be for things like Dimir midrange listed here, or like your Living Ends, or your Jeskai controls. How much do you hamper the fairer decks? And then from there, because like right now it looks like the decks that Lantern has problems with are like Amulet Titan, right? Like Eldrazi Tron is still kind of problematic sometimes, but it's not crazy bad. Like I think you're still slightly favored, right? So running Blood Moon to hamper a deck where you're already kind of favored doesn't make a lot of sense. So I would do homework on that matchup too, just to see if that's important. Let me take a look at my Discord. Let's see. Where is it? All right, Kaladin, I don't know where you sent the thing, but oh, there it is. Message request. Whoops. I missed it. Copy image. Oh, this is an image. Do you have a link? I can try and... Oh, wait. If I go open link... I don't know if that works. I can show it on stream. yeah, this is the conclusion of the stream, folks. More or less. My YouTube chat just messed up completely. Whoa. There we go. Whew. I need to get some more water, probably. That was a lot of talking from me in one go. But yeah, if you liked the deck that you see here, there's a Moxfield link in the description. I'll try and put it in the description to the stream itself, but it's in the chat a couple times if you guys want to check that out. Thanks to Arkanoid for inspiring me to build this. We didn't do fantastic on this run, but that's okay. If you guys have any questions, then, shoot me a message on the Lantern Community Discord or whatever. I'll try and answer them best I can. There's a lot of other community members that can answer them as well. Thanks for tuning in. That's all I really have to say. Take care, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Especially on spontaneous time like that. Yeah, stream was fun. Win rate aside, I'll leave a little intermission thing up for a couple seconds just for. I think streamers do this. I don't know why, but I'll pretend like I'm a good streamer. Yeah, take care, everybody.